And welcome. Oh, we are starting soon. No, we're starting now. Starting now. It's time for the regional finals. World Warriors NA East. You guys know what it is. You may not see me, but I'm sure you can hear me. And that means we are going to get started very soon. There we are with the Zenny glasses up. St. Cola. I already know what those be, fam. I know you're excited as well, but welcome everybody to the World Warrior NA Regional Finals. It's going to be an exciting day, one of the most competitive regions in fighting games all throughout the world. We already had two people from this region that started these World Warriors in this region, Mena RD and Punk the God, qualify into it via offline premieres. NuckleDo qualifying as the overall most point earner for the World Warrior season, and now St. Cola, we crown our last qualifier from this region. How you doing, fam? Okay, St. Cola can't talk yet. He has not been given permission to talk yet. Bifuteki is keeping him muted, and we will get to St. Cola in a little while. Oh, wait. He has been given permission?
Okay. I can't hear Ringe right now, so I don't know what he said, but I'm sure he gave you all a proper introduction to this fantastic top 8 that we are about to receive. Again, we have a lot of stacked competitors out here. We have a lot of big names and some new faces, too, that can shake up the bracket, if not do more. But we're going to see what's in store. As mentioned, this will be the final matches that we have until we crown a champion in the East Coast. Now, that all being said, got to give big ups to, Domino's, Domino's, put that in the chat just like that, either way, to fulfill your hunger if you're in the Canadian side. But otherwise, though, appreciate all the smarts that we've had. I have my arcade stick here somewhere. I'll get it a little bit later on. Shouts to Razer. They gave us a nice little artwork that we have for our pad. I'll show that a little bit later. But again, thanks for everybody that's been coming through, all the players too as well. All the support that we have had up to this point for these World Warriors. But now it ends. Today it ends, right, Ringe?
Indeed it does, St. Cola. Okay, can you hear me this time?
Here we go. Yes.
All right,
let's go, baby.
All right, yes, indeed. So, like you said, man, we crowned our last qualifier from NA East, which is stacked to the gills, right? Of course, with, Evo champions, Capcom Cup champions. It's wild how much competition is in this region alone. And hell, I think when we saw Mena RD and Punk the God qualify, right, I think a lot of people in their minds was like, okay, NuckleDo's a lock for that World Warrior regional final, or not for the regional finals, but for the total point earner, right? But even that was in scarcity. Even that was very scary for him at the end. Booce was right there on his heels. He had to eliminate Booce from the tournament to guarantee that he would qualify into Capcom Cup, right? So everybody's stepping up for this region. iDom has been looking better than ever in Street Fighter 6 as well. Kami had an amazing performance, getting second place last time to get him into the winner's side for these regional finals as well. So, everybody's hitting right now, man. It's going to be great.
That would be fantastic. We have the loser side also. We'll just run down the entirety of the list. Winner side, Booce versus Kami is our first match of the day. iDom and Sayff after that. Then in loser, Shine versus Bloo. Psycho versus Flux Waves. A lot of variety. A lot of cats you've seen out here in these streets. Some you don't see that much, that often, but when they do come out, they show out. Especially going back up to that top spot, Kami. Dog, if you see him at CFN, streets ain't safe. It's time to log off. You get me? That guy is stealing people's points and making them mad as hell. Booce, on the other hand, has been showing out against Capcom Cup champions. He's been showing out against Evo champions. He's been taking tournaments in top 8 at minimum when he does choose to go out to these tournaments overall. So I'm looking forward to this one especially.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to get it popping. We also got Shine and Bloo in the losers bracket, right? Bloo showing up consistently, makes it into the top 8. Looking to make a name for himself, qualifying to Capcom Cup. Of course, Shine, a lot of people are going to be familiar with, coming off of SFL, just like Psycho. Both of those players really got that boo cam, got that level up during that time as well. And Flux Waves, right? He's got the JP back in the repertoire in addition to that deadly Aki. He can pose a lot of trouble for a lot of these players. They don't want to run into him in the bracket.
100%. And Bloo also mentioned as like one of the only remaining DJ players. I get it. That character is kind of hard to maneuver when he's in burnout. So you have to be really mindful of your bar gauge and build up. And he's been able to do so, get this top spot. And that doesn't even count the players that didn't get up here. There are so many in this stacked ass region. The likes of Zafrino, Space Boy, just outside the cusp of getting the qualification. That just goes to show how ridiculous we have it out here and how to the wire for a lot of this was.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Like we said, even in that last regional event, right, the 5th regional event for the World Warrior, I mean, it was neck and neck with Booce and NuckleDu to the very end. So, and again, NuckleDu able to eliminate Booce, but Booce, I mean, has really bursted onto the scene in this season of CPT, right? We saw him win 2, if not 3 of these World Warrior events. I believe it was 2 and then got 2nd place at a 3rd. And then we saw his, I believe, 4th place to NuckleDu at the last event. And he's going to be going up against Kami, who we talked about before, right? Both of these guys on a hot streak. Kami with his best performance in World Warrior to date in the last regional finals. It looks like we're going to get it started.
Personally, honestly, if I was Booce, I would have drive rush staying fierce right off the rip. Sorry if you're not paying attention. I'm getting in. I'm trying to get my qualification. I can't lie.
I like it, Booce. Starting with honor. We'll see if that pays off in the end. Kami, though, catching the counter hit. Get the sweep. He wants the Oki, but Booce just going to retreat for a bit. Go back to the neutral.
Avoid that throw mix-up, right? Fireballs coming through. Might see some perfect parries once again to try to advance.
Yeah, he wanted the back throw. From that spacing on the stage, he definitely would have got the corner. The Ken back throw goes so far. Kami willing to burn himself out with the ODDP. Doesn't want to eat the Jinrai stuff. Got a bar to defend himself. And yeah, that sweep becomes much safer in burnout, obviously, as you can see. Kami not even reaching into the blender. He knows he's too far.
Kami holding ground, though. Very well. Toe tap. Can't punish that. Not in burnout, but he's back in business. Trying to go for the throw, but Booce able to get the counter hit. The punish counter, I should say. Even more damage. Now you're caught up in the corner. I think if you're boosting out the expense of that OD gauge just like that for the DP. I was thinking OD Fireball, but that works too as well.
Yeah, challenging the Fireball drive rush of Kami, right? Not going to let him just apply that type of pressure. Represents the ODDP nice and early, so he's going to have to think about that going forward. Kami showing the nice perfect parries already at the gate as well. Oh no, but too far for that medium punch, and Booce knew it. Corner carry, here we go.
Pierce knocking on the door. Needs to find more of a confirm. Perfect spacing on the Jinrai. Stand like it's so deadly.
To that light kick, that was great spacing from Kami. Whoa. Saw the perfect parry. I guess he just let the DP rip, or maybe the inputs got a little confused with the screen freeze. Either way, he's going to burn him out now with the level 2.
Tatsu DP ender. Fremco for the meaty fireball. Should bait this out. Does even better. Adamant fist starter. Definitely a dumping of damage and no bar at the bottom necessary to apply Kami. Evens things out this round. Even with that quote-unquote lucky input, whatever it was, worked out in dividends for him.
Yeah, whatever that DP was. Maybe it was just a response. Knew that the regular would do the job done, no OD necessary. And Booce, you saw it. I like him waiting till after the fireball level 1. He expected the fireball meaty, but it didn't matter, and Kami's going to work again. Checking him, trying to drive rush out.
Yeah, I mean, it's so difficult to try to leave the corner. We have to fight Akuma. He's got 4 Pierce, stand Pierce. That crouching kick could have been everything. He gets another chance to apply some damage. You lucky boy. He'll take that. The anti-shimmy tool, crouching medium kick, dumps out and puts Kami in burnout.
Yeah, it's huge right now. No more DI threat. Booce can kind of play pretty freely. He'll get his drive meter back before Kami does as well, but Kami's still loaded on those 3 bars, right? It's very dangerous. We'll try to jab him up right. We saw the back throw attempt last time. He tried to catch Kami teching. And look at the defense, though, especially in burnout, has been so solid from Kami.
Got at the bottom. One bad fireball will be at Empyrean Zen. He's going to expend some OD gauge to get himself some distance outside that corner. We see a perfect parry. Stand fierce. At this range, it would work out. Here's a toss. Boost back. Puts him up in the corner. Vertical attack.
He's got access to the demon now as well. Booce, you see, choosing to parry the fireballs. He doesn't want to respond with one of his own.
He can demon through a fireball, so definitely limits what Booce can do. And even that, level 2 also could come through if Booce throws out a fireball. That's the big poke kind of toolkit of Ken. Ooh, the walk back, crouch me to kick in the Jinrai. He's going to let the ODDP fly, of course. Can't do that when he got bar. Now he's out of gauge, and there's the throw after Booce will take the first one after 8 seconds. That is 8 seconds on the clock.
Man, yeah, very intense. Both of these players clearly know what's on the line here. Trying to play careful, not overextend. Booce able to jab him down. Kami, I like that bet, though. He spent the ODDP, put himself in burnout, but he finally got the life lead. Booce was able to clutch it out. And already catching him low, trying to walk away from the fierce. Not going to be for free.
Easy punish. Too close for comfort. There's a throw right after. Kami Drive rush warfares. Amateur with the perfect parry. Was ready with it. No, not get the enhanced Tatsu. I guess he wants to mix up right after the crouching light kick. Kami weathering the storm. And again, another ODDP. But again, I think Booce doesn't mind this. If he can weather the storm a little bit, he's got more gauge to play with. It's like, why not?
Exactly.
Put him in burnout.
Kami burnout again, and then beautiful shimmy, right? That's the way he ended the last round. The double jab in the throat. When he finds himself in that same position, shimmies Kami up, knowing that wound is still lingering, still fresh. That was OD.
It's great that Kami is playing a more defensive game, but Booce is starting to break apart the cracks slowly but surely. Gets a buffer off the medium, run DP, get Oki off of this, but we're going for the medium. Kami strikes back right after, losing his turn. Or Booce losing his turn, excuse me. Now you see Kami trying to switch up like OD Fireball, like different sorts of speeds of fireballs, but Booce is undeterred. Preemptive heavy kicks are working out until he misses the DP. That's unfortunate.
That GPS took you the wrong route, fam. Oh, me Fireball as well, but Kami not expecting it to hit, it looked like. Got caught off guard, and Booce quick to take advantage. Tries to set up the overhead. Kami just walks into the stand medium punch. Booce is going to close out game 2. Yeah, I think Kami just not expecting him to immediately press a button after that, right? I'm pretty sure Ken's quite Midas after that overhead attempt.
He is, but like it's just playing around the idea of being like plus or minus that is still a big prevalent part of fighting games. Just because it should be your turn doesn't mean it always is your turn. And even some of these moments where you see Booce not always going for enhanced Tatsu for corner carry, trying to keep as close as possible in the mid screen to go for like a crouching light kick, maybe like a throw mix to set up for other things later on. I really like the switch ups that we were seeing from Booce. But speaking of switch ups, we might be seeing Kami get dark with it and go back to Luke.
Yeah, 100%, man. And he's already readied up with the Luke, so he's going to lock in because he's got to run it 3 games straight back, right? He's not going to have another opportunity to switch. But like you bringing up, not seeing the enhanced Tatsu, the run Tatsu from Ken, right? It's definitely like twofold. I think it shows that it's a different type of rhythm and definitely a different type of look that players don't expect. In addition, it makes the player make a decision much quicker than having to eat that enhanced Tatsu, right? When we're playing fighting games, we look for a lot of little moments, these micro moments to give our brains a rest and try to stay fresh, try to stay as sharp as possible, right? And those long Ken combos, especially with that Tatsu, kind of give you that moment to take a break. Those little run stops instead, I mean, you're right back into the fray immediately.
I do like the fact that he is playing around these Oki moments a little bit differently than you see other Ken players. As you mentioned, other Ken players would just stick to the enhanced Tatsu, the usual stuff. He's trying to keep it close and personal and not give you that chance to breathe or have that rhythm. And this matchup has got to be better the side of Ken. You can OD Fireball against his level 1, where before you had so much damage from the side of Luke. It's not the same anymore, so I think it's more even than it used to be. He dropped the combo. No, a little bit more rust here from the side of Kami.
And again, the same thing that we saw before, right? The overhead blocked right into the stand medium punch. I don't know if this is like a player read or what's going on, but Booce has figured out a strat and is exploiting it heavily. He's on set point already.
Prove to me. Take back the turn. Prove to me. I mean, the drive rush medium.
Right choices. Oh my, just let's say that. Makes a wrong choice. Booce able to get the back throw. Switches the whole feel of the match.
Perfect range to be able to perfect parry, get a punish. But speaking of perfect, back dash is there. Chaser gets the back throw. Switching positionings.
They fighting over this left corner. Oh, off the drive rush suppressor. It's just Booce trying to steal a turn. Meaty crouch medium punch. All right, Kami got some momentum.
That's still the God button. If nobody got me, crouching medium punch still got me. And suppressor too as well. That's such a big part of the character's toolkit to catch maybe some of these jabs here from Booce. Let's see if Kami can get something going, but that takes drive gauge, which he doesn't have a lot of right now. Ooh.
I like that. And that's why we see him go into the level 3, right? He wants to switch this drive meter, swing it towards his side, able to get some more in his pocket, take it away from Booce. Booce got some nice ways to apply pressure as well, like a takeaway drive quickly, but couldn't find a way in, and Booce cashing out himself now to really gain a drive advantage.
It's a seesaw of who's got that bar. Whose bar is it anyway? And it's important too as well. You know, Booce gonna go for that pressure as much as possible. We see Kami holding the parry to keep up his gauge. Both back in the green. Booce still in the lead. He's got a lot of work with. OD Fireball can definitely help out if you're Booce. Kami trying to drive rush with the buttons instead.
I believe it's usually Wayne Brady's bar. Oh, but a perfect parry on the Jinrai. And Kami not gonna let this Jinrai bully game work. Spine buster.
We're
trying to hesitate the micro walks up with the lights. Trying to catch Booce. Oh, when he does interrupt that time. Kami back in the set just like that.
Very smart stuff from Kami. Knowing that Booce is probably going to go for like Crouch Fierce and a Jinrai to burn him out, Kami uses a quicker button, which maybe he was already committing to anyway, but either way, good play to stop that Crouch Fierce Jinrai burnout scenario from happening into possibly chip, and that would be it. Kami switching up back to his old bay.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, we saw a couple of those, right? I think that shuts down a lot of the options that Booce might have been looking for there, as well as the crouch medium punch, right? We already saw that represented as a counter poke. The jab will be able to be quicker and beat that as well. So definitely great stuff from Kami in that game 3. And now I wonder what Booce is doing here. We obviously know he's got the Jamie in the back pocket if he wants to bust it out. I don't see any reason to switch away. Yeah, so it looks like he's just taking a moment, recollect himself again. 1 game away from getting into winners finals, right? And the grand prize for today, you get some prize money as well. This is a regional finals event, so I believe it's 2,000 or 2,500 for the first place. But that big Capcom Cup qualifying spot is what they're all fighting for.
Oh, for sure. But for that primary thing, I'm definitely sliding those DMs and saying, yo, hook me up. I was kind of talking nice about you. Anyway, back into the match, though. Kami up a game. I have that familiarity with the character, and I agree that Booce shouldn't be switching because I feel like he is such a good tech head with this character. He has so many different things, so many different situational things per character, player to player. Don't switch off. But Kami is keeping pace and willing to put himself in burnout, looking like Shades of Noah.
Indeed, right now he's gonna have to fight it out. Just honestly as well, he's got no meter, and he finds the interrupt that was so clutch. That's the exact part of the screen where he could really get corner carried. Now he is in the corner, but he's got that level 1, so Booce puts on the brakes. Man, Kami, that was clutch.
Back with bar. What are we doing with it? The trade right there. Not going to go for a stand fierce, going to whip. I get it. Perfect parry from the side of Booce. He's making sure to be in the right area to do things like this. Preemptively stuff and stop drive rush. Stuff the fireballs. Drive rush into nothing in the back throw. Hey, whatever works.
Yeah, indeed. Trying to show Kami all kinds of different looks, including the DI, but jumps over after the backdash, catching the sand blast, and again, we're on set point for Booce.
This perfect parries are absolutely clutch. It allows him to advance and be in that range where he can hit that heavy kick, stand medium kick if need be, or just whip punish buttons whenever he's ready to do so. Caught him ducking so he gets some extended damage. Goes for the empty throw, trying to call it a tap parry. Kami gives him nothing at all.
Well, Kami tried something there. Don't know what it could have been, but does catch Booce trying to wiggle out. Caught him low again, but nothing afterwards. Kami here, he's a little hesitant, right? He's got to build that drive meter back.
Yeah. Might not be looking so good if you find an entry point. Oh. Just like this, the whip punish, the stand fierce. What are you hitting, you demons? Booce gonna dump out the damage, hit that level 3 for the victory. Kami getting cooked up by the Booce with the juice.
That's how Booce has been getting down, man. We've been seeing that trademark, very patient play as of late. We saw that in the last World Warrior as well. He just sits back, especially when he's got a lead, and his footsies and ground game are so good that it really feels tough to get in on him. And we saw multiple times, right? We saw the drive rush checked in the previous round. We saw it with punish right there when he tried drive rush crouch medium punch, and then this time as well, he's just not gonna let Kami gain any ground.
Not at all. You know, even when you try to apply the other buttons that character would like to wall you out with, like stand fierce, that just didn't happen at the right moment. Like it's hard to have a proper rotation of buttons against someone like Booce. He's got the drive gauge to be able to drive rush, jab, and whiff punish and things like that. Have those entry points as you mentioned, and also his fireball game is pretty damn good to help him walk you down. Just like every so often, just poking with fireballs. And as long as the crouch meter kick is hidden, he won't be able to let a drive rush in to let the pressure start off. So I just like the way that Booce plays the footsie game. Very strong. One step closer to Capcom Cup. We'll see if he can continue. We'll see who his opponent is real soon as we go into our next match.
Yes, indeed. I don't know if we have access to the player cards. I know we do have player cards available, so hopefully we have access to them. But as you mentioned, iDom versus Sayff is going to be next, right? X set iDom versus Vitality Sayff. It's going to be an explosive match. I think both of these players can definitely turn on the aggression. And I think both of them also are quite feel-based. You know, that's something that I like to highlight with Sayff specifically. I think he really is able to counter the strong, like fundamental logic-based players a lot of the time. Because they're just not expecting him to make these decisions. That's not really something they ever imagined to do. But iDom, on the other hand, I think falls into that more field-based category as well, where he's willing to go into minus frames, show out with the level 1 reversal, right? He's not afraid to do a lot of things and hard call you out, multiple command grabs in a row, a lot of things where it's going to be hard reads. So it's going to be fun watching this match.
Yeah, he's definitely, as you mentioned, not on the tech side. Like Joey's like more of like a tech head than him. But he does have some moments where he'll have like things that will help solidify a match. Like we saw him fighting Knuckle Do, being able to have like a level 1 punish against like the Sonic Blade at the proper distance. I was like, that was dope. So he's got some small things to kind of initiate, but you're definitely right, more in the field-based sort of thing. So is Sayff. It's never safe when this guy's on the screen. And I also think that Ken is a really good character to do so in terms of gathering data so you can play that field-based way. Like the Gen Rise kind of give you a little bit more data, the drive rush jabs and things like that. I think the character's toolkit is kind of made to give you that information so you can do with it as you may.
Well, I think that's what makes both of them so strong, is that not only are they're like field-based when it comes to the decision making, right? But they have the knowledge of like these nuanced punishes or these spacing traps that where they can really show off their tech side of things. But in these clutch moments where you got to make the hard read or you got to swing the momentum, both of these players are two of the best at doing that for sure. So I'm excited for this one. Manon versus Ken as well. Always excited to see the Manon.
Manon and winner side, and a Manon that also made it only second to Ida's on his qualification at East Coast Throwdown. But Sayff, it's never safe when he had a tournament, bro. He don't really play that much. I mean, he played when he can. He had 9-to-5er, so he makes the time that he has worth it, right? So like that's the kind of cat that he is. That's a very strong cat to deal with. Whoa,
yeah,
this will jump heavy.
100. He just got like that fighting game brain, right? He knows how to play against people. So a lot of the time that really shows out in his tournament matches, and you can see why he gets so far just off that alone. iDom cut from similar cloth though, and what a whiff punish. Are we going to be able to get up to 3 medals? And definitely going to be a lot of representation of that roundhouse.
Yeah, 100%. It's hard for Ken to combat that unless he's close. That's why you see a stand light kick. Like he's hoping that iDom will hit that heavy so he can hit that stand light kick and get the Tatsu right after it, but they're just playing nice and neutral right now. It's hard to drive rush up on Manon, so we'll just stroll on up. She's got that medium punch, stand light kick to check you if you turn green.
Yeah, you can feel it, the gravity, the weight of this tournament, knowing that Capcom Cup spot is on the line. And both of our sets so far have started like this, right? A lot of calm, patient play.
Oh, got the overhead. The knockdown against Sayff. Sayff losing a lot of health. And iDom delaying his buttons every so often, almost back in the green too as well. And this is the time where you'd like the pressure, but that's what iDom wants you to do. He wants you to roll in, and you get hit with the drive rush medium. He ends it with like a target combo that, or something that leads into like a command grab, I should say.
Yeah, we see, I think, 2 great runs represented for that strat. I mean, the time is over. Sayff can't actually make up this amount of damage here. But yeah, he's going to wall up, especially when he has a life lead with that crouch medium punch. It's got a great hitbox, hurt box. Like, the hurt box doesn't actually appear until the first active frame of Manon. Like, the hitbox that extends forward, that hurt box doesn't appear until it's already active. So it's a really good button to check people. That stand medium punch moves forward as well. So we saw both of those represented. It's going to be tough to get it in when iDom already has a lead.
So I like to see the fireballs, like, you know, switch it up a little bit, put down some pressure with the fireballs, dog walk him to the corner a little bit on a safer style. Maybe try the aerial approach too well if you've earned your ability to do so. Obviously, she has some great anti-air, so you're going to have to be able to catch iDom lacking a little bit, but that's why we see the fireballs again. Go for the toe tap. Hard for her to have to deal with that. The perfect distance.
Yeah, and Sayff showing a lot of respect, right? Like, he kind of got in with the step kick a little bit, but he was just backing up, showing the minus frames, and iDom again. He's gotten these big significant hits, and once that starts, you just see the patient game played again. Yeah, harassing with that crouch medium kick as well. That's such a good button.
iDom, he's down bad for the down back. Not trying to get open up like that. As you mentioned, that crouching medium kick could be dangerous. But again, down to 40 seconds. Swinging that big heavy kick. He's up in the corner. Sayff's got to make the most of this now.
He's finally kind of iDom's back to the corner, but just as we say that, right, just as iDom gets back to the corner, finds his spot to pick and be able to cash out heavily here. Sayff livid on a pixel.
If that was 5, you would not have survived. But still
Yeah.
one touch, or no, may not even matter, bro. Like 20 seconds on the clock, you're praying, and nobody up there answering.
Straight up, iDom going up 1-0 here. And again, I really feel like he's looked fantastic since season 2, really, since we got the major patch change. His Manon has been looking better than ever. We obviously mentioned second place at ECT as well. He was close to being a 3rd qualifier in out of this region at an offline premiere.
He's been grinding online and offline. We've seen him also at like DreamHack and other tournaments that aren't necessarily like CPT events, but just trying to be out here, trying to get as much practice as possible and play as many people as possible too as well. So like this guy has been doing a lot in terms of, you know, breaking down the game and trying to stay solid. We're gonna remake the lobby real quick and see if things can connect a little bit easier. But again, back to iDom, he has been on an absolute tear, as you mentioned, in his 2nd season of the game. And I don't really think it's much to do with the character, just so much more of how he is feeling about the game overall and his like mindset around the game overall. Despite the exclamation mark game stuff or whatever, you know, he would typically say just how he thinks about the game and how he interacts with things, I feel like is a little bit more confident.
Okay, that's definitely, I think, part of it, right? He's getting more comfortable. Obviously, he doesn't have like either signature character from Street Fighter V, so he learned somebody brand new. It can take a while to get comfortable and really get into that mode, that level that we saw him at before, and it seems like he's really starting to tap into that. So it wouldn't surprise me, right, if iDom ends up coming out, making his return to Capcom Cup. I know so many people would be hyped for that. Obviously, a lot of players here are trying to make their debut, trying to make their return. So it's going to be a great one. iDom winning a Capcom Cup. It is a champion after all. So Sayff obviously has been a Capcom Cup as well, right? Trying to return, trying to spoil iDom's birth into the bracket.
I just want to see what happens to all the Manon players if you make it in. Like, damn, a Manon qualified, bro. What's the excuse now? What's the excuse now? We'll see for Kimberly players too as well. But that just goes to show how this game is. Like, there are obviously stronger characters, but to see a Manon in top 8, see a Manon have consistency enough to make it into a Rogue Warrior. Yes, it is iDom, but that means it's doable. Is indicative to me that most characters in this game can do that. I think every character can make it to the top 8. Winning is going to be a little bit more difficult, but it's more about you not having as many options as the other characters, but it's still doable. So I like that about 6, where every character could be a threat. We see Manon, not only with just him, but also in the Midwest cook up. We've seen him also over at CPT Japan. You know, I think it was Arugawa that was doing work out there. And also a modern one that had beat Nephew, put him down to losers, and Nephew had to go get his lick back against that cat.
Yeah, that was one of my favorite parts about watching CPT Japan, was like seeing all the strong modern players, seeing the players not from Japan be like, bro, I'm not used to this. We don't have this level of strong modern players in our region, right? So playing against that is completely different. So it was a cool representation of a different style of play. I hope that encouraged more people to try out modern, because it is like a groove or a scheme, if you want to call it that. It's just a different way to play the game, but it definitely is, I think, as strong and as pretty much effective as classic, as long as you really wrap your mind and commit to that style of what it's good at and not try to play it in the classic way. But yeah, man, it's cool to see that region pop off. CPT Japan was dope. We got to see CPT Singapore, just in general, all this world representation. I can't wait till the next time we get to see some international competition, all these regions facing off. Of course, one of those big events will be Capcom Cup live from Ryugoku, Tokyo, Japan, man. That's going to be wild.
I'm thinking about going out there a few weeks before and just staying till the end of the finals, like just hoping just to be out there, because I want to be there. I want to see it. Offline is something so sublime, bro. You got to feel the energy off. You've never been to an offline event, even if you're just like not even participating, you're just watching, being a spectator. It just hits different. It really does. So if you can go out there. Think about doing it myself, because I've never been to Japan. That'd be my first time, so I'd like to just go out there and experience Capcom Cup and hang out with the homies and stuff, and just vibe in a sumo arena. Like, that is such a cool thematic theme. Like, I don't know how you beat that after that. Like, I don't know how you do better.
Yeah, it's like one of the legendary sumo arenas too. Like, it's not even just like side, Johnny Donuts type where they do like the jobbers at night. And this is like main event sumo arena from Ryugoku, man. Is gonna be special as well. That atmosphere, that electricity is gonna be wild. Japan in general has been showing out for Street Fighter 6 in terms of the offline things. Like, we see watch parties sold out for SFL. We saw how packed it was at CPT Japan. So it's cool to see the country really get behind Street Fighter 6. So that finals is gonna be wild. And yeah, if you've never been to Japan, bro, you gotta go straight up.
Damn. I gotta roll out. I gotta roll out. I've been seeing way too much. I saw Vicious. He came back with a bunch of stuff, and I was like, man, I want to be like you, bro. Need to get my suitcase packed full of stuff. So I definitely want to go out there for Capcom Cup, and just also just to see the vibes. That scene is so cool.
So like, I don't know how much you plan to bring back, but there is a strat. Like a lot of the time, especially with the way the yen is right now, I know a lot of people that have gone to Japan and bought a suitcase out there just for stuff to bring back. So, you know, if that's how serious you're going to get, you might want to look into that, especially with the transfer rate right now.
Bro, the things I'm going to buy out there, the One Piece stuff alone, Jujutsu Kaisen,
Yeah, like,
Kagura Bak, I'm going to be on it. I'm going to be my full weeb self. I need to have everything, even the pillows. Put them in there, bro. Put them in there. Yeah.
try to get the full experience.
Yes. Yes. I'm trying to be, yes, one of them weebs.
Yeah.
Trying to go all the way.
Oh man, the specifics we cannot get into. Japan is a fun country, I'll tell you what. But yeah, man, it is definitely gonna be a great time at the CPT Japan. If you're just joining us, we're remaking the lobby right now for iDom versus Sayff, looking to smooth out any issues before going into this, because there is a Capcom Cup spot on the line, as we say. Is very serious in the building right now. You know, big ups to INCENDIUM holding it down. This has been a fun season of a World Warrior. And yeah, they're making sure they're smoothing everything out, so we should be back into the game here in a little bit. But yeah, thanks for joining us. This is just the second match that we're showing as well. The other half of winner semifinals. Booce was able to defeat Kami 3-1, so Kami's going to be dropping down to the loser side of things, where we have Shine and Blue and Flux Waves. It's going to be a great one, man. And Psycho, of course.
Psycho, man. Psycho. He might go Psycho. That dude has been on an absolute tear too as well. Showcase to Kimberly solo with that character, which is actually crazy to see. Take tournaments that are stacked with your favorite players, people, like, and still come out the victor or at like top 8 minimum. Like, that just goes to show his skill set, and that he deserves being out here in this top 8 spot. So all these players do. You know, when you're fighting one of the best regions and trying to be as consistent as possible, and anybody on any day could cook you up. Like, remember the first one, it was Mina RD who had lost to Drees, I think. Drace, I forgot his name. He's like a kid player who's really good.
Drees the Beast.
Yeah, he went to Drees the Beast. There we go. My bad. Sorry, Drees. But that was like one of the first things that had happened, and that kind of shook everything on its head. It's like, damn, this region has even more killers no filler out here that you got to worry about. And it's gonna be like that for a lot of regions, where some of the regions have had some really standout players that have taken down established names that we have seen other times at Capcom Cup that would just kind of waltz on in on easy. Not this time. It feels like there's a lot more representation on younger players or other players that are newer or are finally getting their training regimen right enough to be consistent out here in these qualifiers.
Yeah, I think it kind of goes back to what you said about iDom, right? Where it's like, oh, he's got a much better mindset about the game. He looks more comfortable. I think a lot of players now in year 2 starting to get more comfortable, understand how to approach the game better, how to approach matchups better. But yeah, man, looks like we're getting back into it. iDom up 1-0 on Sayff. Sayff is able to bounce back here. Got a little bit of a momentum break as well.
That's true. So you can keep it up though. At safe options that we have seen from iDom, not overextending, not swinging out too much with the heavy, using the other light buttons to kind of check and challenge. Now we're seeing Sayff drive rush with the jab to start things off. Enhanced Tatsu Ender. He's up for the type to take that full corner carry, full transit over to the corner.
Yeah, Sayff looking much more like himself here, willing to show some aggression. Right, getting things started with a jab, staying strong with the Oki after, but iDom after that, sneaking in a command throw, and then once again, up to 3 bars, but Sayff with the perfect parry. He's gonna get the corner carry as well.
We'll go for it. Just a run into throw right after, another throw. Uh-oh, iDom's favorite thing, getting thrown loop. I would keep doing it. The way the iDom is, oh, see, it would have worked. You know how it does about throw loops? It would have worked with a stand light kick buffer, the drive rush right after, allow him to get another medal off. Actually, he's going to go for the super. Never mind. He wants to kill.
Straight up, iDom inching closer and closer to Capcom Cup. And yeah, I mean, it's one of those times where you got to play the player, right? Really exploit their, I don't know, it's not a weakness, but it's like their salt, I guess. What they really don't like about the game.
Things that they just, get upset about. But that is a thing that's happened in every game, so not just this one.
Yeah. Oh, sneaking in. I'm not sure what came out for Sayff. Maybe he tried a DP, but it was an awkward angle. Got a normal instead.
when you said driver's crush, you kick even better off a drive rush now. The dash up command grab, iDom initiating. He's got 5 medals. Drive impact, he said, let me see your ID. Oh, that's drive impact's free. Let me just land that real quick. 2 up on iDom.
I love it, man. iDom has such a life lead. He was up around already. Honestly, it was a win-win either way. Even if Sayff responds to that, he was still in just having his resources drained. Wasn't going to be a good one.
Yeah, you have to go for that side switch. It wasn't going to work out too well for him either way, as mentioned. 2 games up, iDom starting off strong with 2 medals. Already has him up in the corner. Neutral jumping is hard against his character. She's got that OD crescent kick. Got to watch out for that.
Man, yeah, way too close on that roundhouse. iDom's going to be able to get a full punish off that. Sayff, yeah, very wary of the command grabs. iDom has already landed so many this set. Catches them trying to advance as well. Spin all the drive. Put another medal on the board for set point.
iDom looking to take down Sayff and move on to winners finals right now. Again, the grind has been ridiculous for him. He has been playing people from around the world. He has been to tournament to tournament. 4 medals, and you're caught up in the corner. Man's about to catch a case.
Oh, he did catch iDom reaching that time, though. This little neutral jump shimmy, the classic. Oh, and then the crouch medium punch. Tried to sneak in the DI reset, but iDom, telling you, cut from that same cloth. He knows what Sayff's going to want to look for.
Ape strong together. Level 3. Tons of damage pumped out here. Bam! After the Black Swan command grab had landed, this is going to be a one-touch scenario. If you can find the right time to spin and win, you could get the W, but Sayff was going to spin that level 3, have the CA for a grip of damage on the way, and stave off set point. Very clutch play right there from Sayff.
Yeah, Sayff going with the crouch medium kick, that step kick, right? I believe it's like 0 or only -1 in burnout, so feeling a bit more comfortable to try to press a button, steal a turn. iDom got caught going for one of his big buttons, but he's still on set point.
That's true. Both without Gage at the bottom too as well. And iDom with more medals, I mean with medals in general, is a really good sign for him. If you can lock down Sayff up in the corner and play around that idea of the command grabs, it could be good, but what happens when you're in the corner is against Ken.
Yeah, trade on the fireball. It's decent for iDom right now, especially with the life lead. And look, he is trying to walk Sayff down. We're not seeing what we saw in that game 1. The players looking more comfortable like themselves and checking the drive rush. iDom is super strong at that, and the whip punish on the crouch button. We see Sayff go for one, only to get whip punish, burnt out, and chipped out with the same special. What a calculation from iDom to get into winners finals.
This man said, I rumble in that jungle. The heart jungle, I am there all the time. 3-0 over Sayff, who has been emboldened by Street Fighter League. But iDom, his grind, his practice, and his, as you mentioned, the space traps. Even before we got into the set, you were talking about that. How he sets up for success had allowed him to get that crouching medium kickoff and whip punish, I should say. And that was how he ends the play of Sayff, at least for right now. Sayff going down to losers. iDom moving on to winners finals to fight Booce. So his reward is to fight another throw loop based character that is Ken. Once again, congratulations, iDom. Have fun. Have fun, bro.
Yeah, 100%, man. That's going to be a hell of a winners finals. I can't wait to see both of them throw blows. It's going to be one that I'm looking forward to. One that I was hoping we would get. So, of course, now we drop down to the losers bracket. We still in round 1 of this top 8. We got Shine versus Bloo coming up next. Yeah, as you mentioned, Bloo, one of the last standing DJs, bro. Still up there on the turntables, right? Even though everybody's left the concert, still spinning. Shine, on the other hand, he's got a plethora of characters now. Obviously started on the Kimberly jamming himself, but he also got Chun-Li in the back pocket, and most recently has added the Ed. His Ed is very deadly, so I'm interested to see what he goes with up against the DJ.
What's crazy is that he's playing very technical characters that most people would just be like, I'm only maining this character. Like, especially Chun-Li and Ed. Those are characters you have to spend a lot of time to grind in, but this has been the way Shine has been forever. He has been able to grind out characters with the quickness and have a big rotation of characters that it's hard to have them make sense in terms of like the matchups and things like that, because I think they kind of overlap sometimes depending on the game. But I feel like having an Ed, a Chun-Li, and a Kimberly is a recipe for success in different ways. You got a mix-up character like Kimberly that can really catch people off guard. You got somebody like Ed who has been just running rough all over the CPTs and things like that, being able to play that outboxer game. And then you've got Chun-Li, who is still fantastic when it comes to the footsies. Just a little nerfed here in terms of like the scaling of damage and stuff, but still a very good option if you focus on her.
Yeah, I think that's a great point when you bring up Shine, not really shying away from the more technical side of characters, right? we saw in Street Fighter V, played great at Booce, played a great Cody. It's obviously had a resource manage as a Booce. He had the Zong charge as Cody. So he's kind of made sure he's gotten familiar with a lot of different mechanics and ways fighting game characters are built. And you could see that kind of translate into this game, right? Where he's got the Pain Can resource with Kimberly that he manages really well. He's got the Flicker charge with Ed that you can kind of play with that is a little similar to Zong. So it's cool to see kind of that DNA of his characters translated in ways that we don't really look at on the surface, but you can see the DNA's there when you look a little deeper.
Yeah, 100%. Been watching him grind that out. But again, Blue, going back to him being able to get in this top 8 spot. You know, you're playing a character that doesn't do well in Burnout. So depending on what Shine picks, it might be difficult. I'm curious to see what's going to be the rotation here. If I'm thinking correctly, I believe Chun-Li might be the best pick. I think from what the Chun-Li players have told me, that might be good against DJ, just being able to outbox that character. But we'll see. I mean, having a rotation, sometimes it's also about what you're comfortable with in the match more so than the matchup.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things with DJ is that shallow knee drop, right? So one thing is you mentioned that all of his characters, they kind of overlap in certain ways. Like the anti-air game is not that great for all of them. Like Chun-Li's, I think, is good, but you, again, have to be specific about which one you pick. And the knee drop, I think, can sneak in certain spaces and timings where you're not expecting it. So basically what I'm trying to say is he has no fast DP. He is going to go with the Ed. That's kind of what I expected. So let's see how it starts off.
All right, let's see. And that knee drop going to be even more dangerous right now, as you mentioned. Not the fastest DP in the business. 10 frame for the light, but the perfect pair is there on the ground. He'll rush right after the throw.
The up kicks. I forgot about the up kicks for Chun-Li. Those are quite good.
Yeah, they are, but again, the timing for that is kind of difficult too as well. You know, down if you're not in the right range, or if they're like trying to jump in like a dead angle.
Shine gonna be able to take him to the corner. Ooh, backdash, but Blue wasn't pressing after. I wonder if he could have got a punish.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep that bar nice and healthy. Not only being not in burnout. Oh, there's a knee drop against the flicker. Unfortunate. Dashing up for the meter for the plus frames. In between the string. When the turn was over, Shine took hits with the crouching medium punch, caught him standing. He needs to be able to find just a decent follow-up right now. We're going to level. Nah, level 1's enough to at least get this lead, not the kill.
Yes, indeed, driver. So that's safe, but Shine just takes his plus frames, gets in his grill, throws him for the round win. Well done. Yeah, Blue, he had a moment where he could have early, I think, pressed the issue, kind of maybe force Shine into burnout, but chose not to do it. Does pop off here at the first sign of plus frames, though.
Has him up in the corner. Dash, the drive rush too far off the throw. Wasn't even the same area code. Careful now. Shine's got that crouching light kick that can reach from a long-ass distance. Hits the ODDP, the psycho upper. We'll find the anti-air that time. That's a punish counter this season, so even more damage to the health and drive gauge.
Beautiful. Oh, he couldn't get it off that time. But you can see Shine. He's already ready, representing slower DP. It's not going to be an issue. Oh, and what a check. Had the buffer for the OD blitz behind it. Yeah, we're close enough to the corner. We're just going to carry with a normal combo. Oh, Blue did check the walk back with the crouch slide kick, though. Oh, no commitment there. He would have burnt himself out, so I think he got a little scared of just going into a drive rush cancel.
Get it.
Oh.
Jumps over the heavy fireball. Fantastic range here from Shine. He's actually trying to keep that distance for that exact reason, but Blue takes the opportunity to drive rush in.
I'm sure I could have got the kill right there. He would have burned himself out as well, but this time, instead, he just parries it up, builds them all the meter, empties out that drive gauge, and takes the first game.
Heavy. That's what you need to do when you try to get that kill, even with the scaling on the parry. Also had level 1 if need be. Could have went to a route for that as well. Great stuff for the side of Shine. And was prepped and prepared to have the right spacing for the anti-airs. We talk about how slow that is, so the Ed players have to be even more mindful of where they're standing so the jumpers are not landing in the bad sort of way. So you have to have that proper distance to be able to have those DPs come out. And Shine always effective at having the proper range. He's at the first game against Blue.
Yeah, that's what we really saw, right? He was kind of camped out at a certain range where it's like, all right, the main way you're probably going to go in at this point is risk the jump. He seemed very ready for it. When it was a bit scrambly, we saw him not do an anti-air at all, right? He didn't try it late, so that's also something to keep an eye on. He might really have a nice recognition on the timing of it and pull back when he needs to.
Something you have to have as a DJ player, a good fireball game. You have to fake us with the fireballs, the timings to be able to get those DPs off, and the anti-airs when they jump in is what makes a really good DJ player. What sets them apart in Blue is starting to get that together. Oh, too far out for the heavy. The outboxer, bro. It's in the name.
That's unfortunate. Nice fake on the fireball. Oh, and the crouch fierce, one of the DJ players' favorite buttons. Plus frames all day. Continuing the plus frames. Pushed out Shine. What a time to jump. I think knowing that Blue was going to try to keep the pressure up with him being so low on drive. Now back in the green, applying his own pressure wall to wall. Waiting, but the soul pot does land, and he pops off with the OD. Blue lying in wait.
I think for Blue, OD Fireball might be a big benefit right here for this matchup overall. Oh, no, he was ducking. Damage incoming. That Stand Fierce not hitting.
That was unfortunate for Blue Shine. Nice job just staying crouched. Ooh, real late on that one. Looking super clean with the DPs. It seems to not be an issue.
Like 2 characters link. Looks like it's like the perfect range for him to be able to strike back. Almost had the perfect punish counter combo. He's got the bar at the bottom to expend to as well. No, that's a big drop. Oh, God, Shine. We'll drop that bar. Nah, not even necessary. Yo, my mistake, Shine. I know your game was like that, bro. See, a simpleton like me would have spent that level 1.
Now both players fully loaded. We're just challenging the plus frames this time. Knew Blue would get greedy with them. Able to go straight into the D-Sync as well. Caught it successfully. Get him all the way to the corner. Ooh, deep with the DPs.
Also, it's a parry attempt. Yeah, trying to bait out DP. We'll get the anti-air off. He's got another level 2. Right in his, it was in the other pocket. It was in the other pocket. Left pocket right there. Jesus Lord. Oh, trying to go for the drive impact. Did not get that, but this is still terrible.
Yeah, just going back to the well. Sends Blue bird watch and Shine. Convincing game 2. Now he's got a comfortable lead.
Bird watching, he is getting drops on him right now. You got to be careful. Blue is not looking so good for him. Drive rush throw. To a point, I guess I didn't make enough. This OD Fireball is like a good initiator tool against like normal flicker, like some of these buttons too as well, but you have to have the bar for it, and sometimes Shine just be deleting that off the table. Interrupts the forward medium kick, a little bit too much startup, like 20-something frames on that.
That's tough, Blue. And tightened in some breathing room for a second until Shine begins to smother again. Oh, even trying to fake out the flicker and go in, but Blue is ready to react.
Take a serve back when he shouldn't. Drop this time, does not want to have to anti-air. I like how he decides when it's time to block and when it's time to just kind of let it go or hit the DP. Tick throw? No, drive reversal. Blue needs to get that bar back with these fireballs, but again, has to be mindful of how Shine jumps in with the jump heavy. That's why we see the slide with the DP after applied.
That was so good from Blue to switch it up in that moment. Get the anti-air. Shine puts out the super. Gonna be able to get some pressure because all he needs is a throw. That's why he's willing to risk the level 2, right? He was going to be able to force a strike throw off that. Does so successfully.
He's trying to get Blue to press a button. He's like, I'm minus right here. Do something. I dare you. And Blue didn't fall for it, but still got opened up. Set point. Shine.
Crouch fierce in the walk back.
Plus frames. Plus frames again. Stand Fierce to the fireball, trying to kill that drive gauge. Maybe OD would have did it, but baits out the DP. Baits out the OD on the ground. Oh yeah, one more interaction might be going down. Depends on what it is. That's a drive impact. Shouldn't have to spin any bar. Blue back in business.
Yeah, I like Shine holding on to the bar right there, honestly. Level 1 would have not switched the momentum or position enough to be worth spending. You would have built to level 2 instead of having it on deck. We've already seen how successful he's been with the crouch liking OD blitz buffer.
Heavy hits, no drive rush right after it though. Went for that commitment off that. There we go. Oh, but went for the heavy. He was ducking. Both have had that issue where they're both ducking on the heavier buttons, not being able to get the follow-ups that they need.
We saw Blue with the fierce earlier in the neutral. Oh, does sneak in. Past the flicker again. Machine gun punch, just draining the health right before the level 3. It'll be tough for Shine. He's gonna have a sliver of drive gauge left, a little bit of health. Risking the ODDP again, and Blue once again. I think he might have put a light out because you're able to recover in time. I didn't quite see. Might have been what he did, but either way, making sure he defends himself against the wake-up reversal.
That was devious. Just to bait out the reversal right there. Could have went for OD Fireball at that distance and just been safe and just put him in burnout. Work from there. Blue forcing the issue. Man, good stuff. Shine off to a way better way more offensive start with more buttons instead of like initiating with fireballs and the flicker, things like that. Flicker has been getting him got because of the knee drop. So now he's just going with that stand medium kick. Only fireball, trying to get some distance, and Shine backing up. Less economy of buttons being spent right now. Avoids the jump, swept off the feet off the crouching medium kick.
Oh, nice confirm of the crouch fierce. Going to the jackknife maximum, and again catching him a lot with that crouch fierce. One of DJ's main spacing trap tools. See it again, fishing for it. Oh, he won. Did you have to hit there? Shine interrupts.
It's not significant right now. Careful now. Normal fireball, just like the floatier one, the slower one, just trying to advance in. OD fireball. Not going to commit to a sway play. Level 1, it's going to be hard to punish. Don't even try to. Don't even try to. However, you put yourself in burnout and you don't have anything to do. Oh, dog. You don't have the level 2. Oh. Easy anti-air. Falls on the fireball. You're on borrowed time. Shine on set point.
Oh, that was such a good scout from Shine right there. Knew that, especially after the last time and Blue being in burnout, he's going to want to avoid just sitting on the ground against the level 2. Well, that space is covered as well.
Stuff. Shine still backed up in the corner, but has been able to fight out pretty decently. Just has to find the right timing on some of these buttons and the right follow-ups. Yeah, that medium a little bit too stubby to get that follow-up. He is harassing with these bigger buttons and the stand medium kick when he gets back to mid-range.
Yeah, we see the stand medium kick, we see some stand heavy kick. Gets the flicker punish counter though for the crumple. That means corner carry. Blue back against the wall here. Wakes up with it, but that's gonna be stuffed. Oh, actually just recovered in time. Beautiful timing from Shine.
Oxtail for you. Stand fierce. Shine takes down Blue with the shimmy. The finesse and bless put this man to rest. And that's our first player out of the top 8. Shine moving on the bracket 3-1. But big ups to Blue. Congratulations, man, to make it to this top spot. You definitely did a lot of work and still prove that DJ is still strong. But hey, man, when you're out of drive gauge, you blew yourself. All right? Just be like that.
Yeah, man, that was a real checkmate scenario right there from Shine at the end, right? The projectile would have covered the level 1, the level 2 obviously invincible to the projectiles, but not quite fast enough to actually punish. I mean, so great just coverage overall from Shine. That was super well done to remain in the bracket, right? Because he is starting this top 8 in losers. The bottom 4 on the total top 8 earners of the season did start on the loser side of the bracket, so they don't even got a life to spare in this tournament.
That's kind of the cool thing about this season. I know that people might be like, well, why are they in losers? How is that fair if they work this hard? It awards more consistency, and it makes you want to play every single week or play enough to where you need to be solidified for the winner side of things. You don't want to be in the loser side. To start off in a tournament like this, to be in the loser side when you're so close, the Capcom Cup does not feel good, but only so many people get in that winner side, so it was tightly contested. It's been like that for a lot of CPTs, a lot of World Warriors, and we're starting to see people start to fall to the wayside. Blue is out. Our next match is going to be Psycho versus Flux Waves. What you think about this one?
Psycho versus Flux Waves is going to be fun. I want to see if Flux Waves like tries the JP to just keep Kimberly out. Like on paper, Kimberly was a very early counter to JP, right? Where it was like, okay, she's got these mobilities and teleports and kind of get in easier than other characters. So, and I think that kind of fell by the wayside as the JP players got real comfortable and, you know, they realized how good the buttons were at checking her and whatnot. So it'd be interesting to see that matchup now, just because I feel like I haven't seen it in so long. I feel like he's going to start with the Aki to try to put a different type of wall up, right? Represent the Nightshade Pulse and the Serpent Lash and kind of see how Psycho gets past that before having to reach into the JP bag. But yeah, I think Psycho is so good offensively. Like once he gets you knocked down, he's got good reads on the opponent and he can run the Kimberly game better than anybody.
Yeah, I think when it comes to like the aggressive Kimberlys, especially like in the US, I think he's one of the top at being able to pilot the character in that way and be able to put people in the blender. Like even like some of the strongest players you might think of have been put in the blender by him. He's been able to take big tournaments from people around the states. Now he's gonna have to go up against Flux Waves again. Kimberly player going up against Aki and JP, and I agree. If you're Flux, run the Aki, see what it do. Only go into the JP unless need be. Yeah, that crouch fierce anti-air, it is better. Forward heavy kick is better, but those are not significant options against her elbow drop, her teleport shenanigans, just a weird awkward angle she could jump in at with jump medium kick too as well, with all the variants that she has on the ground. It's going to be hard to kind of pin her down, and someone like Psycho is going to be aggressive, play the footsie game with Aki, and he's going to do so. It's going to be Aki, all Bev.
Yeah, and Cycle, he's very motivated right now, right? You heard him on SFL talking. It's his time to step up. He knows he's got to do it now. He's gotten so much matchup experience under his belt. Training with the likes of Punk, right? His footsie game has stepped up immensely. You're forced to when playing against Punk as much as he did. So really, he's got a great all-around fundamental skill as a fighting game player. Now you just got to put it together in tournament.
Uh-oh. It's the walk back. It's a back throw. Drive rush for it. Heavy kick. Can't get kicks for the plus frames. Gets the throw right after it. Drive rush in again. This character's really carried by that drive rush mentality. She doesn't have the best dash for like the walk speed, things like that, but we've got that drive gauge. You're getting thrown loop. Yo, help this cat. How many times are you gonna get tossed? Street Fighter 6, baby. No back dash.
I respect going out.
No button, no.
Yeah, I respect going out like that, honestly. At that point, you've been hit by 7, you might as well just get hit by the 8th one.
Yeah,
you know?
You're right. It could be better for later on. Yeah, I'm that type of player. We might see a back dash. Actually, it's all part of the plan, Psycho. Run it.
Exactly. You're going to see, like, Flux Waves go for the first throw. He's going to think the second one's free, and Psycho's just going to wake up with it. Look at this bounce back. Yeah, not deterred this time. Showing that the fortitude of the mental is strong. Nice job. He's going to spin the level 3, but that's a little bit better for Kimberly than it is for most characters who have to spin their level 3 going into round 3. She does get the install after all.
Get that damage. The speed boost definitely help her out quite a bit, especially when she gets that damage up in the corner. And I've been seeing some of those bomb combos too as well. Be really dangerous if he gets that going and flowing. Counter hit combo. Gonna go right to the corner with the slide. Yes, sir. Puts down the bomb. Puts out the bomb. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to block that out. Flux Waves runs the super to get his bar back. Then round 3, so it makes sense to get that lead.
Yeah, that was such good timing on the drive rush. Really avoiding the explosion on the paint can. Plus frames for days off the drive rush cans. Oh, what again? This time catches Cycle. Trying to escape the situation. Eats the safe jump as well. That drive bar is pleading for help.
Help. Oh,
with the slide, though.
Slide. Okay, this is good. Link condition almost activated. Light Lash keeps him out, though. Pulls up from the corner, call a corner. To the cemetery we go. Flux catching him, trying to go to the corner and getting these punish counters. He's keeping track of this cat.
Yeah, most definitely. Making sure he stays in his sights. Nice job from Psycho, though. He's been real good at checking the fireball drive rush pressure. Not letting Flux Waves really get anything started for free.
Do quite a bit more. Does get the back throw off the drive rush. Interrupts the drive rush medium by ducking and being able to get some damage. And uses the target combo to put him up in the corner. I like this.
Level 1, though. Flux Waves did not like the look of it one bit. Able to pop off, relieve some of that corner pressure for a minute. Psycho just backing up, set up the teleport. Classic Kimberly.
No heavy kick, though. It's a light set trying to walk back, but Flux has been so good at bar, but he maybe didn't want to spin the bar. Maybe that's why he didn't want to have to drive rush up a little bit more. I'm not sure. But it works out. He gets the punish counter throw.
That was heartbreaking. Yeah, Psycho checked the command grab reset attempt. Flux Waves was looking for it. He was able to check that, but afterwards we saw the parry. I don't know if he like input the drive rush cancel too late, so he only got the parry right there instead of the automatic drive rush cancel. It was very strange.
Just so good, Flux. Couple game around. Backsway gets a medium off. Medium lash into the super. Level 2, doubling up the damage, and has poison applied up in the corner. Try to go for the throw. Listen, I thought it was going to be an overhead, but you are dead. And again, this definitely makes more sense why you're going to be holding those throws, even more so, because it's anything you do is you're going to die.
See how confident Flux Waves was in the throws, though? He burnt himself out on the drive rush. Like, as long as I get to apply a strike throw mix here after this, then we're going to be just fine. At that point, it was a throw mix.
Nah, I'd win. I like that type beat. There we go, Psycho. Put him through. Yeah. This is how it feels. This is how it feels. This is how I win. Try to switch up with the heavy, but see, it would have worked.
It would have. It's funny, like, I think the play that would have been right more often than not is the one that Psycho made, but I would have liked him to see it send the message back. It's like, nah, I'm gonna throw you till you do something.
Plus that heavy kick is plus, so I understand why he'd go for that button. Very smart either way, but like, man, just the mental damage though. Like, get your lick back.
Exactly, bro. Turn the set around, steal that momentum. Ooh, great recognition from both players, actually. Knowing that the slide had hit too close to actually combo or have advantage on, but the throw was once again countered by the level 1. Flux Wave successful wake-ups a couple of times now.
If there's one thing Flux ain't gonna do, he ain't gonna take no throw up in the corner. He gonna use a super, he gonna use a button, a barre, he gonna do something, but Psycho able to run that level 3 again. You get the buff. You have to listen to her song the entire time, unless you switch it off. Dash up, we block. Even better, we parry. Wait, bait, it's time to decimate. Give me all that health and one more interaction, I would assume. Resets with the throw, one more touch. It's another throw to seal it. Cycle back in the game, baby. How's that feel? Huh? Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I officially claim lick back on that one. If you stop in the combo to do the throw and then go it again for it, I think we're on even territory again. He got his soul back.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm 100% for this match, man. So we might be seeing a switch here to JP. However, I feel like it's more the defensive tendencies than it is the character. So yeah, I think the Aki's the way to play. It's just what you're doing on Wake Up. You know, you have to switch up a little bit, vary up that approach. Wake Up level 1s or buttons are always going to work out. You know, we've seen the weights and baits and things like that. You might have to go for backdash. You might have to go for like a jump out off a delay and things like that. You might have to switch up a little bit. You know, for Psycho, he hasn't had to do that in a while, so we'll have to see what his response is to throw loops. But for Flux, it's been too often with the level 1s.
Yeah, exactly right. He's been pretty successful with them. Psycho did find the rhythm, find what Flux Waves was looking for in a big moment, really sealed that last game. Now Psycho already has him in the corner again, exactly where you want to be as Kimberly, especially in this matchup. Nullifying that Nightshade Pulse, nullifying the wall that Aki can kind of put up on your entry point. You see Flux Wave showing a lot of respect to Psycho's teleport capabilities, though. Wants to be ready if she does that.
Yeah, if she teleports jump light kick against like the light lash, it will hit. Oh, Odie Fireball catches him, but nothing significant in terms of like a follow-up. Usually that's what Aki wants.
He got the landing frames right there. That's nuts, and then calls out the parry attempt. Oh, and then reaching this time, Psycho. The reads.
He's starting to build up that data against Flux. And again, on defense, hasn't been the best. It is hard. I mean, Aki does have some options, but, you know, Psycho's been rotating his offense so well and blowing things up. Now gets a throw. This time a bait again. Yes, sir.
Psycho, bruh. Making all the right decisions on Oki. Got the level 3 in his back pocket, and he's going to spin it here. Wants to make that bait out hurt as much as possible. Get the install in as well. Flux Waves close to death's door. Bait it out again, and yeah.
Ugh, easy bait oven. Perfect KO. Bro, he blew with the back out. Psycho 2-2 on Flux. And it's all about, again, what's happening on defense up in the corner. Cannot find the right timings, the right options. It's been more aggressive ones. I'd like him to... He held a throw the first one, and the second time he was like, all right, let me rotate it. That's what y'all asked me to do. Psycho blew that up too.
Yeah, what tremendous read after correct read from Psycho. That was a super fast game 4, and it looks like Flux Waves is going back to the Aki. I was wondering, but honestly, yeah, I guess with this type of matchup with Kimberly and JP, you would really want to risk it when you're up 2-0 and you lose that one game, right? So you don't have to be locked in on the set deciding match on the JP. So looks like he's going right back into Aki, just trying to reset for a second. So obviously Psycho, Kimberly, they got a lot of momentum right now. Kimberly is definitely a momentum-based character more so than probably any other in the game.
Yeah, she needs that. She needs that corner push. She needs to be able to make those proper reads. She has to hit you a lot more. But again, when she's able to mix up those offensive things, it's a lot difficult to deal with her compared to some of the other characters in some situations. I'm sorry, Kim players. It is what it is. When this character gets you up in the corner, it sucks. Look at that. Parks right in front, grabs a throw, or grabs the parry, I should say, excuse me, killing some of that drive gauge.
Oh yeah, Flux Waves looking a little bit more disciplined now as well. Didn't reach after that tick throw setup, but instead Psycho has him in the corner now, and he recognized that he wasn't reaching last time. Tries to bait out again, but beats Flux Waves to the button. Psycho set point. The comeback is almost complete.
Man, so I might go Psycho to teleport in already. Try to go for the throw in between though. Slight micro walk back to catch the throw bait. Heavy lash ender and the throw right after. Poise is applied right now. Drive rush for the plus frames. Now we're seeing a rotation of offensive options on Wake Up from Psycho. Now the elbow drop has got the side switch. He's got the bar at the bottom too as well. Get that level 3 off and extend that damage.
As soon as he landed here, continuing to go back to that. Ooh, caught the backdash even right there, but couldn't convert fully. Does catch him there and resets with the overhead. Psycho. Genius reset right there. The level 3 will do it. What a comeback to advance in Loser's top 8.
You cannot throw loop a man like this and not let him get his lick back. It's just not gonna happen like that, bro. You cannot throw loop somebody that many times and they don't feel a certain type of way. Psycho came to play. Big ups to him taking it over Flux. In the end, it was looking like Flux was gonna take that after that unfortunate throw loop situation that we had saw, but you know, he did let that deter him. I like that sort of mentality here from Psycho. He's like, all right, let me just lock in a little bit more and clock in, and he moves on in the bracket. Congratulations though to Flux, get this far up in this bracket to get this top 8. We've seen him in so many top 8s for World Warriors. He's getting closer in terms of like clutching it out and learning when to rotate what characters where, but just had to fight somebody that he made mad as hell.
Yeah, man, and it really felt like that throw gambit that we saw kind of dictated a lot of big moments going throughout the rest of the match, right? With Psycho doing the reset, the Flux waves, throwing him in the corner right there. I think that really planted the seed for later on, right? Kind of rubbed some salt in the wound, and we saw just a complete read on when he was going to try to avoid the throws, when he was going to wake up with level 1, even baiting out the drive reversal. So tremendous stuff from Psycho to really catch on to that. But before we continue in our top 8, I believe we are going to take a quick break, guys. Don't go anywhere. So we get back, we're going to qualify a player for Capcom Cup.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Domino's Pizza is the official food sponsor of Digital Havoc World Warrior 2024 US Canada East. Steel Series is the official headset sponsor for Digital Havoc World Warrior 2024 US Canada East. Razer is the official all-button arcade controller for Digital Havoc World Warrior 2024 US Canada East.
And we're back with more East Coast action out here, trying to qualify someone for Capcom Cup. My name is Seiko. I'm joined with Ringe. My dog, how have you been feeling about these matches thus far?
Yeah, man, phenomenal matches. You could really tell that the gravity and the weight of the situation is weighing heavy on the players, right? You could tell all the sets have started very like timid, not wanting to overreach, wanting to make sure they really establish a solid game plan and not really beat themselves. They want to make their opponent really earn everything they get, and that's the stakes that they're playing for right now, getting in the Capcom Cup. That's exactly what you have to play like to really succeed.
We just witnessed a man get thrown loop 7 times and get his revenge in the end. That was definitely a very good match. I feel like all these matches have been good in terms of like that data gathering, as you mentioned, and having a first to 3 allows that to happen even more often. But I do feel like these players are just adept at doing so. And our next players coming up the bout are going to be Sayff versus Shine. So again, this goes back down to what characters do you play if you are Shine. I think if you're Shine overall, in my opinion, we've seen a lot of the Ken players have issue with Ed. You know, some of them are figuring out the matchup. Tokido had that drive rush jab and throw style that we saw at the CPT Japan. But I think that's more of like a player-to-player sort of aspect. I think that matchup's still kind of difficult to deal with overall. Like, Kosa's really good at that matchup over in Japan. We'll see if Sayff has some options against Shine if he chooses to go for the Ed. I think also Chun-Li is probably good too.
Yeah, I think Chun-Li could do some damage in this matchup as well. I never liked that matchup as a Ken player, even after, you know, some of the changes to Chun-Li. But yeah, I expect him to start with Ed. As you mentioned, we saw Tokido Lashar at CPT Japan in that grand finals. And Tokido and Lashar are regular sparring partners, right? Like, Tokido got him on his team for SFL Japan. So we saw a lot of hard reads and big plays from Tokido, like the enhanced Tatsu and whatnot, calling out the flicker and just charge and the kill rush backwards. So that really felt like just 2 sparring partners knowing each other well. So I don't think we'll quite see that level of hard reads, but that is what Sayff is known for, so who knows.
We'll see what happens. No throw. Has that crouching light kick, a lot of range on it. Sayff able to clip that button. Stand fierce, Jinrai, stand fierce, Jinrai again harassing the drive gauge. I think mid-range fireballs are definitely going to be helpful, especially OD if you can get those off, but even normal fireballs are just fine. Catch it before the button comes out, you know, and put Shine on the back foot a little bit.
Yeah, one of the great things about Ed is that he can nullify like the fireball drive rush game if he times it correctly with the startup of his fireball and then send the projectile out. So if they're far enough away, you can really get that game going. Shine is built to the level 2 now, and he's just going to use it off the knockdown, forcing him out of the situation. But even that drive reversal, not that bad for Sayff, honestly.
Throw the bar back, allows him to drive rush in, or maybe OD fireball, use some of that gauge to get in, or the toe tap. Easier to do. He tried to go for the Dragon Lash at that distance. I mean, he was area codes away. I don't know why. I mean, you have a character that can hit that stand medium kick and easily whip punish. Shine with the first round.
Yeah, maybe he wanted to like go over like the stand medium kick or one of the flicker buttons. Maybe trying to hard read that. But yeah, that was definitely an ambitious attempt from Sayff. Now that he got the first hit here, and already with the level 3, he's gonna empty it out, try to build as much meter if he can take this round going into level 3, or excuse me, round 3.
That's him up in the corner. Optus with the heavy kicks. Heavy right back at him. We'll side switch, yeah. Double kill rush is right back up in his face. Raw Jinrai into the OD, does not commit with it. Just want to get that drive gauge depletion and deletion. Drive rush crouching medium kick, heavy kick, drive rush stand fears. Will open him up off the low. Sayff getting aggressive. We saw he had no bar to work with.
Yeah, I like that a lot from Sayff, really pushing the issue. Pushing around 3, staying outside of flicker range right now, and of course, drive rush back throw. Gains so much distance to the corner for Ken.
Stand light kick in between the string. Look at this, the DP and the damage is racking up. Hits him with the finesse and bless, trying to go for the throw, a back throw probably. Oh, another grip, it's just whiffing nothing but air right there. You're dead, Jinrai.
You talking about it, right? How deadly Ken's throw loop is, and you know that's what it sets up for. People kind of have that at the forefront of their mind, especially after the last match we just saw. Gets caught betting on a reach. Sayff, and now betting on the 99-second jump in. Catches Shine, charging the flicker, no kill rush to avoid it.
I guess works out this time though. The punish counter, maybe stand fierce, caught him pressing buttons when he shouldn't. Empty nothing. He actually gets back thrown for his trouble. The tumbleweed. Look at how much corner carry you get off of that. The toe tap. And Sayff has been doing good work in terms of like being able to space those out properly, because they can get whip punished easily, or punish counter, I'm sorry, off like a crouching light kick from Shine. One of the best characters to do so. Caught the walk back with the heavy, and just like that, doesn't even need to dump out the level 1 to get it done.
Yeah, Sayff, he got scared to throw himself that time, trying to backdash out of there. Got clipped in the process. Oh my goodness, but another big jump in right as the round starts. Big corner carry with that Tatsu as well.
Yeah, Sayff one of those types to use that OD Tatsu more often than most of the Ken players, to be honest. Ooh, too many grounded buttons, a jump in lands.
Oh, and the flicker actually reaching. On Sayff extending into it, I believe.
We talked about that. The initiation of the OD Fireball. The drive rush crushing mini kick is just fine. It's safe. Staying solid, looking to go 2 up on Shine and playing at a pace where it's hard for Shine to make these proper reads. Like, this is better. As soon as I say this, he's ready to be the stop sign, the red to the green.
Indeed. I already know. Go space out, just harass with those crouch heavy kicks. I get it again. Nice bit of drive damage as well when they just block like that. Shine though, you escaped the corner. That's perfect. You set up my D-Sync combo. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah. That's what I wanted the entire time.
By the way, hey, look, you're back in the corner.
That's crazy. Okay, yeah. Staying fierce, finds a finish. Perfect. The side of Shine. Hands like NyQuil right now, and Sayff might be going to bed if we see more of these sequences.
And put him to bed, the Lloyd. That's crazy.
Uh-oh. Perfect pair with the Stand Fierce follow-up. Psycho Blitz. What's after it? It's a shimmy. Usually people go in. You know, with the Stand Fierce, we saw that happen previously. Gave him some data. And now you're the one who is getting finessed with these throws not landing.
Oh, and then he bet on a big ODDP. Shine was ready for that as well. We're just seeing some really correct reads from these players. Sayff couldn't survive that DI with one of his own, so Shine forcing the issue.
Talked about a lot of hard reads from the side of Sayff. Sometimes they just don't work out. This one does.
Caught Shine trying to throw him that time.
Yeah. So we'll find one of these.
Yeah, and the run check as well. Shine has been so good checking drive rushes, checking runs. In general, look at this double up on the crouch light kick, a little blitz going. He's got his own level 2 now. Might just be trying to concentrate on that build to level 3.
Uh-oh. Enhanced Tatsu. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Back off, but raw level 2 trying to aim for the drive gauge. Holding parry. Again, try to get him to press a button. Nobody's going to fall for that. They understand the damage that could land. Does get hit on wake up, though. Now up in the corner, Shine with a huge lead and the space to be able to anti if need be. Proper range for the flicker, but Sayff with a confident walk up. Jin right after that crouching medium kick. Might harass with some fireballs, too, as well if it gets close enough.
Yeah, and Sayff, he went with that Jin ride because of how low he was on drive meter. He couldn't afford to commit to the drive rush cancel. Shine doubles up yet again. Go up in the set.
There was a time where Ed players and some people that kind of play a little bit of Ed said, there's no way he can stop drive rush. His buttons just aren't built like that. Now, it feels like if you're at the proper timing, like it feels like the proper range, like you are not getting close to Ed, especially when as alert as Shine. So you have to put that variance on. You saw the jumps and the fireballs and things like that, the toe taps and toe kicks, all those different options. We're seeing a perfect parry now. I want to see how he gets in against Shine if there is some distance between them.
Yeah, because Ed's able to play at such a great distance because of the flicker buttons and the flicker special and whatnot. Sometimes he'll have a little bit of extra room to check drive rushes compared to other characters who are trying to get closer for their normal range. So yeah, I think that crouch light kick really shines in that instance where he's fighting at the range he wants to.
Yeah, a little further for the medium kick too as well. He's got the buttons for it. That's why I never listen to a player again when a character drops. Shine with a big lead right now though. That bar so he can OD if need be, or just buffer a stand medium kick drive rush right after if you whiff any sort of thing. Try to probably at the proper range where he might whiff something and he'll clip a heavy kick, but Sayff gets in.
Indeed, he's got the drive meter advantage as well. Shine, you can see just throwing out those crouch light kicks. Looking to check something. He's got a level 2, so oh my goodness, he'll have the drive rush buffer or the OD blitz buffer if he wanted it. Instead, going with the drive rush, knowing that that is the more optimal route, right? Burn yourself out here, only have to spin 1 bar rather than going into a level 2 or anything like that. Great stuff from Shine.
Save that bar for the finish right now. He's gonna have that level 2 real soon. The bar build up is still good for this character. You know, like you have to go for some maybe more, I guess, difficult routes to build even more bar, and you have to have some more bar behind you for that to happen. But this character could be like a battery. Perfect parry, trying to stay on 10 toes. Almost, if I think a walk-up throw would have hit or extra recovery would have worked out, but still Shine back to mid-screen until ends it with the DP.
Muse harass Shine. Oh, he's making Sayff block something, deal with something. As soon as he gets to that range, it seems frustrating.
Off the backdash.
Backdash.
Yeah, this should be it. He's got the level 3. Oh, yes, sir. Like a janitor. Put this man in the trash. String him up. Send him home. Shine and taking down Sayff. Very dominantly catching some of these walk backs and walk forwards. Any sort of momentum and movement, all stuff that's stopped by the side of Shine, and it's great at play.
Yeah, 100%, man. And Shine, you could tell how active he was with the flicker buttons, right? Whether it was crouch light kick, whether it was crouch heavy kick, the stay medium kick, of course, one of the signature buttons. He just constantly made Sayff deal with something on the way in right there. So because of that, you can't really get into that comfortable range with Ken. It's a little bit difficult. I think in matchups like that, you really got to try to get a lead early so you can make Ed come to you and you can kind of do what Ed was just doing, or what I should say, Shine was just doing to Sayff. So Sayff could kind of do it to Shine a little bit. And that way you can kind of nullify that range advantage, because while they're walking towards you, you can walk towards them and press a crouch medium kick right, kind of sneak into that range when they're unsuspecting of it. While in this situation, when you're just trying to chase them down, that's exactly where you don't want to be.
Yeah, that's like what they want. They want you to kind of pressure in and either going to be in that proper space to hit that stand medium kick. Crouching light kick, as you mentioned, a really good button for that character. And again, whenever I see that matchup played where the Ken does win, it's a little bit on the slower side when they get in that close range. So it's hard to do, especially the way that Shine plays too as well. So we're moving on to some more play today. Let's take a look at our next competitors. Who we got? Kami versus Psycho. The homie's gonna have to throw hands.
Indeed, our arcade stick kill. Very sad. There's only so few of us left that I don't like seeing them go up against each other.
It'd be like that sometimes. Everyone's switching over the buttons. Yeah.
But it's all right. Kami and Psycho. I'm excited to see them go at it. Luke and Akuma going up against the Kimberly. So yeah, we saw Kami start with Akuma. I believe that's what we're going to see him start with here. He did break out the Luke when his back was up against the wall. Psycho, of course. Kimberly through and through.
I wonder. Yeah, I think Akuma would be a better pick. Just in some instances of having like a fireball that's a little bit harder to deal with, a lot harder to deal with. What am I saying? That Heavy Punch Fireball is insane. The charge up level 2, the variants, hard for even Kimberly to be able to skate through, even though she has some anti-projectile options. Along with, like, if she goes for the elbow drop, the weird sharp angle that Luke has is not as good as if you use someone like Akuma. Like, Akuma's DPs are fantastic. They are so good at checking elbow drop and some like the aerial push that she might want to come through with. So that's something that Kami had even said on his stream. So if you haven't, Kami streams are, by the way, y'all, you need to watch them. They are an absolute treat. If he runs into you, he gonna have some words, but just know it's all in the game. Okay, it's all in the game, baby. But it's wild to think that somebody who has been so practiced in CFN has been able to be so consistent at tournaments when he does want to show out. Like, he don't show up to tournaments and play in TNSs and stuff so consistently. It's just CFN matches all damn day, and that's how he gets his practice.
Yeah, man, and let's not forget, he is the reigning, defending, and only can opener offline champion. Big comment. But yeah, another thing is to build on your DP. Yeah.
That guy's just so busy. He got a million things going on. But go on, I'm sorry.
To build on your DP point with Akuma as well, the level 3 cancel being 2 frames when canceled into, so you give him an anti-air with DP and then combo into that level 3, so he could really make Psycho pay for air and elbow drop or something like that.
And low health against this character, it will still suck, but before she gets to level 3, maybe survive another mix-up than you would usually, and will survive this wake-up. Super holds parry, was wary, was coming through. Kami, first round to him.
Yeah, honestly, I think that level 1 kind of caught me off guard. I'm surprised Kami was ready for it. Felt like a move that Psycho wouldn't have represented this early, but nonetheless, Kami said already locked in.
So walk back for the crouching knee kick, the hit, Tatsu sweep, we get the Oki. We go for a back heavy kick to catch him jumping back. He doesn't do that. The Psycho is blocking quite a bit, losing some drive gauge at every opportunity here.
Yeah, that's why he's trying to get closer. Kami even holding the parry right there for a second. And then easy confirm into Adamant Flame all the way into the level 3, keeping Psycho very low on this drive meter, right? So tough for Psycho to get like that stand medium kick drive rush cancel game going. He's gonna burn himself out, gets burnt out anyway. This is rough, bro. He can set himself up for a DI if he gets closer. That's exactly what he was looking for, but instead, the juggle point from the drive rush normal, recognizing that for the DP, super clean.
This guy, Kami, is sick. Already his counter hit confirms are godlike off the lights. Did you tell me he gets that fireball pickup? Massive stuff here. Kami with the first game. I'll try to get aerial, but gets jumped in on instead. Azuna drop to the corner we go. Vagabond gets the counter combo. We see Psycho take a little bit to, get started. So maybe it's all a part of the plan. Gain that data.
Yeah, exactly. 3-0 comeback from him against Flux Waves in that opening round of top 8. And Psycho again not letting Kami apply that pressure from that distance. No, and nah. So you got to keep it nice and quick. Otherwise, I have an opportunity to press a button. And Psycho closes out that round.
An expensive bar, but you'll definitely do that to stay in the game as much as possible. That lead up on him. Might mean no level 3 for a while, but when Psycho's playing, if he can just kind of find those proper moments to kind of skate on in and get these knockdowns to take him to the corner, and then enact that pressure that we know Psycho for with the aggression, it'll be great, but this is bad. Block, punish. Kami takes him to the corner a little bit more with that heavy kick Tatsu. And a slight finesse. Once again, using the buttons to kind of fake out a reaction, think it's going to be a button right after for immediate timing. Instead, it's a shimmy. Cross-cut DP. Can't leave for free.
That whole, they're just trying to press the stay medium pusher in the scramble after the first fireball, but Kami staying true with the projectiles. Oh, he tried to anti the demon raid, sneaks past the elbow. That's tough. Now we got the corner, a couple of frame kills, staying true with the stay medium punches back to back with it. Here's every special move in my arsenal, plus the level 3.
Showing you the whole move list. This is terrible. Psycho. Billion bar at the bottom. He's got some slower supers. They're a little bit quicker than what they were last season, but they're still not that fast. Over the back throw, Kami techs. He knew what was coming through. This time gets hit with a crouching unit kick. The Vagabond did not build up level 3 in time for Psycho to pop that off. Does get the jump, and it gets a fireball. Too close. Even though it's a fast-ass fireball, he'll land that level 3 immediately to get that bar back and put himself at least within distance of what Kami's at in terms of health.
A huge from Psycho. This is probably my least viewed CA in the game. I feel like you'd never see Kimberly's get the CA version off.
Usually dead before that happens when they pop off before. The air to air. Oh, you're so good, SD. The sweep to space it out, and then he gets a button right after. Kami knowing that it's difficult to deal with that sweep. It is already hard, even outside of Burnout. You see a lot of players have issue with some characters like Geef have issue punishing that crouching heavy kick from Akuma.
100%. Akuma sweep is really good. So like when you are able to space it at max range, even without burnout, not a lot of characters are getting a clean punish right there. Just kind of was the perfect time to bust that out. I was really impressed with Psycho's jump back air to air though. That was such a smart way to solve the demon raid. And again, now jump forward, not choosing to stay on the ground. We saw what happened, and the demon raid just flowed over his anti-air. So now he's taking to the skies himself.
I like that. He pushes the slide though. Drive rush, overhead, interrupt. It's all the hands ups that put that down. Baits out the OEDP. Got the bar at the bottom. Might not even need it, to be honest. Yeah, the Azuna drop is enough to seal the deal. Good riding here for Psycho. Doesn't spin the bar if you don't need to. He knows it's Akuma. He's got lower health to deal with. He'll take that.
That's how you see walking away. Not really representing a teleport just yet. Knowing that it's lurking in the back of Kami's mind. Using the threat of the option effectively.
Yeah, his fireball suit as well definitely helped out. Caught him at the recovery. Actually, it was counter hit, so he tried to press the button right after. He was trying to go for the landing version. But either way, popping up at level 3. Psycho gonna get a nice lead right here. Already has a round up. You're fighting a buff Kimberly, the Shin Kimberly.
On top of the graffiti too. That's home court for her. All right, back to it.
Yeah, ODVP, drive rush medium. Gets a stand fierce because he had the drive rush frames off of it. Blesses the dome. Chrissy in the cranium. Yo, Kami getting active. Turn up like volume. and turns down the song with a DP level 3. CA, I should say.
Yeah, CA version blowing through the hands. Kami, I mean, that was a hefty prize. Could have killed with a lower level super, but at that point, he might have not realized the routing early enough and just kind of ended up in a moment where he had to spend a level 3 to kill.
You level 2 would have did it, but still, I mean, ensuring he gets that W. Charge up level 2, trying to find some variants against Psycho. Anti-airs. Kami definitely has some good anti-airs. I don't think they talked out enough. Overhead, finally landing, get the standing meaty kick after. DP frame kill for the meaty fireball. Not much you can really do against that. No!
That was definitely supposed to be OD fireball. Unfortunate for Kami here. Psycho getting a huge chance, and he's making the most of it, even cashing all the way to level 2. Gonna take another drive bar away from Kami. Put him on the verge of getting burnt out, and Kami having none of it. Gonna press back in that instance instead.
I can hear him say, "You ain't taking my drive game, bro." Oh, the light
And
confirms.
then checks him. Yes, indeed. That light kick from Akuma, very privileged. Saw it first checked with the crouch thigh punch, comboing into the light kick. All day, every day from there. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
Especially when you're Kami. This cat moves on over Psycho. But again, big ups to Psycho, who's been doing a lot of damage over a Street Fighter League. Watching that every week on Wednesdays. Y'all should be definitely doing that. And as well as every tournament that he chooses to enter. We've seen him in some top spots of TNS. We've seen him take some tournaments like Fly Quest. We're going to see him fly high throughout the season, I do believe. And even more so if that can really get buffed at any point. But it is Kami moving on the bracket. He has not been playing Akuma. I feel like it's been like only like a month and a half. But the fact that he played Akuma before, the fact that he is already good at playing Shotos in general, it's just an easy fit for him.
Yeah, 100%. You can see he feels right at home on the character, right? And he's just, in general, I think a super strong fundamental type player. So when you give him a Shoto that has great walk speed, that has a great fireball, right, he's only going to look even better than usual. So big ups to Kami. He's another player that I think is really starting to find his groove now, really starting to peak in this game and kind of break through that level that they were at before. So excited to see his tournament life going forward. But now we have arrived at winners finals. Booce and iDom going to be going up here, but of course we want to shout out everybody that has made the top 8 and competed in these World Warriors. We still have Shine versus Kami to go in loser semis. On top of everything else, both of these matches are going to be bangers, bruh.
Marquee matches coming through. Booce versus iDom. Now, again, of course, iDom, Capcom Cup champion of Street Fighter V. Will he get another seat at Capcom Cup for Street Fighter 6? We'll have to see. Or Booce, the new kid on the block, has been making your favorite players drop. We've seen him take down Mena RD, Knuckle Do, and many other cats too as well throughout a lot of these brackets. And we saw him also at top 8 at ECT. He has had a season, an absolute ridiculous season, moreover than other players. This is, I think, pivotal. I think if you're Booce, you win this, it's a really big opportunity, more than just being a winner side of Grand Finals, but having that energy to be like, I really do deserve to be here. I really deserve to be at this spot. If you win this, it's going to be a huge moment to push, I think, in Grand Finals. However, iDom is not going to make it easy. I went to his chat. I was like, hey, man, you playing this game like you like it, bro. It's kind of crazy. Like you kiss this game on his cheek in the darkness. But the way, again, that you had mentioned him puppeteering players and kind of controlling them, corralling them so he can get these whip punishes off, he is doing fantastic.
Yeah, and it is a big moment for Booce. I think this is a real pecking order type tournament, right? Like when we think of the pecking order for certain regions and you think of the super strong players, obviously for NA East, a lot of the time you're thinking of Punk and Mena and Do, right? Those are like the big 3. As soon as Mena kind of moved into this region officially, that became the big 3 because iDom was part of that. It was kind of like iDom, Punk, and Do in Street Fighter V, right? But iDom struggling a little bit in Season 1. I think he got kind of forgotten about a little bit, and now you could see that he's found his groove. He's become really good at the game, and both of these players are kind of fighting for that spot up there with Mena and Punk and Do as like the big threat in the region, and maybe they're both already there, right? But I think whoever wins this tournament can say that they're a little bit above the other in terms of the pecking order for at least this season of Street Fighter.
100% being a Capcom Cup definitely gives you that opportunity. And for iDom, I feel like, it's different, I think, for both players, but it's a similar goal. It's like, for Booce, it's like a chance to really prove himself. Like, I deserve to be out here, even though I'm on that new kid sort of thing. I still deserve to be out here up in this spot. I wasn't given anything. For iDom, it's a chance, again, at victory, a chance at Capcom Cup, a chance to reignite that flame that he has in him. And we've seen it over at other tournaments where he's been able to get these, big, deep runs that have led into some amazing matches. Obviously at ECT, we can always mention that, but over at DreamHack getting like third and other tournaments like fourth and stuff like that, only falling to the wayside to the Punks, the Knuckle Dudes, and the Minas. Like those are the only people that are really stopping that momentum that iDom presents. So we'll see who's presented with the W and presented with that grand finals winner side seat in this next match. After that, the loser will go down to fight whoever loses between the other two cats. We'll get to that later on. I'm going too far. There's just too much good action. Right now, Booce versus iDom, Kid versus Manon, Gamepad versus Gamepad.
Yeah, the pad team kill. I'm all about that. That's right, pad players. Take each other out. But I'm very excited for this one. Yeah, Ken versus Manon as well. It's going to be interesting. iDom is really good at using Manon on the ground. And we kind of saw already Ken get a little bit flustered with that with the Sayff Shine matchup, where we saw Ed was really able to outrange Ken a little bit. But the thing is that Ed gets a much bigger reward than Manon does from his longer range buttons. So it's going to be up to iDom. And I believe these two played at ECT, They didn't play in losers finals or losers semis or something like that, and iDom won. I definitely remember going over match footage between these two.
It would make sense because iDom got sent to losers pretty early, and Booce lost to Itazan in winter side and went down to losers. So they probably played. I feel like that does make sense. Yeah. I feel like that probably happened. So Booce might get his, get his revenge.
Indeed. Yeah, I definitely remember iDom. Okay, so it was loser semis. Okay, so yeah, these two had played. Yeah, there's some interesting interactions with this this matchup, and like specifically with that crouch medium punch from Manon that I mentioned earlier, where her hitbox only gets extended out forward once the hitbox is active. That button right there. There's a couple of instances where you feel like you're in range for like staying fierce or something like that with Ken, where you're actually just outside of it. And iDom is really good at kind of manipulating that space, so something to watch out for going forward.
Oh, the shimmies from Booce are fantastic. Use the stand jab to do so, walk back, have the stand fierce, and now it's okay, Tomir. The world though.
They're still dancing. How are they not affected by the world though, bro? They're just still dancing.
It's localized by one area. It's like a weaker part of the stand.
You can see Booce. He's already representing the meaty fireball as well to make sure that iDom just can't wake up with level 1 for free. He tried to bait it out again there, but iDom just threw him for it. It's going to be safe drive reversal, but nonetheless, Booce walks up and gets the back throw.
Yeah, take that frame. You got to get a proper punish. Walk up and get what you can. One more hit to land right now. Could be a fireball, a jab. The crouching jab of all things. His jabs are so damn good. Everyone talks about the stand light kick, as they should, but those jabs also outbox a lot of characters trying to come through. Also want to see what Booce does if he tries to get like a jump in, if he's afforded to do so, but iDom able to land a command grab. Doesn't matter. Booce undeterred. Enhanced Tatsu. To the corner we go.
Ooh, even the run cancel on the jump out right there. Not even just traditional DP. Really trying to constantly put iDom into a wheel of decisions. Ooh, ODDP to check the drive rush cancel.
That's a one-touch scenario. Look at that level 3. If you hard crouch, you're gonna kick 1 DP. Do it. Booce. Can he land it? He had it right there. Could have been a counter combo to seal it. And iDom able to get 4 medals now.
Yeah, that's most likely what he wanted. iDom is actually gonna be able to bring this back after that. So yeah, one of the things about crouch jab that I was going to mention after you mentioned how good they are was that it actually counter hit combos in a crouch medium kick, right? So I assume that's what Booce looked for, and he just ended up getting a parry instead of the crouch medium kick and a drive rush cancel. Crouch medium kick was MIA.
Gotta find it. Booce does have bar at the bottom to utilize. iDom had to expend quite a bit, but he has it for metal, so that can rack up right now to play around that ideas when players tend to do. Interrupts. It was just a raw Genrai. ODDP won't let that fly though. Booce with the meaty fireball. The perfect parry is there, so he can just stand on 10 toes and walk this man down with the heavy.
And once again, so good at harassing with that crouch medium kick. Look, another one. Every time Booce feels like he can inch forward a little bit, iDom's got an answer. That's why he's forced the issue with the drive rush cancel back to the neutral. We see him spacing out with the light kick and the heavy kick, and then right into the waiting arms. I think he caught the stand fierce. Oh, and then 5 medals, you're dead.
What's crazy is I feel like we haven't seen like an OD crescent kick because Booce is just like landing right when iDom's like, cool, I'll just let you land and I'll get even more off this command grab. and just run that and get the damage. Like usually you see like an OD crescent kick like against a neutral jump at that distance. He's just like, I'm not gonna worry about that. I'll just grab you on the way down because you can press a button, you go for a tap parry, whatever it may be. Unless you're lucky enough to backdash in time, you're not staying fine. I'm gonna get my grip. iDom gets 1 game up on the board here against Booce.
Man, yeah, iDom, it's just so good. There's like that range where like Ken wants to press stand fierce at. He's so good at countering it, whether it's like crouch medium punch or he's a little bit preemptive and sneaks in the command throw like we saw there. Like, oh man, he's become really adept at like sneaking into command throw range and then just busting it out with the quickness. Like you could tell he lands more command throws on Manon. I mean, you don't really see other Manons, but in general, he lands so many command throws.
I actually agree with that. Like the ones that I do see, like Tachikawa, well, I guess he's really more of a Manon tool user than like a Manon player. But like Otogawa and stuff, they don't get as many as iDom does. But that again plays to how he like puppeteers players to allow that to happen. Again, these neutral jumps not really working out. Booce looking for an answer against some of these normals, and iDom just waits and lets him land and gets a command grab. Right now, throws a in here from the side of Booce, gets a walk back in the chin right after that with the crouching kick. Drive rush, stand fierce, finds its mark up in the corner.
Yeah, and Booce, this is what he wants, right? He wants that corner, nullify that range that I was playing at, jumping away from the command throw rather than neutral jumping. You see, it's tough to punish. Shows the instinctual to jump back, though.
Yeah. Kind of combo that time off the jab. First jab. Stand like kick, drive rush again. Catch the walk back. iDom now trying to hunt him down when he tries to leave. And Booce trying to get back with some bar. Don't want to be too bad and burn out, but the whip punish is there. He gets a stand like kick, ends it with a metal. Dash up, command grab. Really?
Straight up, iDom willing to risk it in that instant. And what a call out on the fireball. Drive impact. iDom bringing this one back again. Closing that out with a super as well.
Now, if y'all remember, you know, we saw him drive Impact Samurai a million times over at ECT. I think his timings against like fireballs, no matter what the character is, are really, really good about like, I'll go for perfect parry and set up for drive impact a little bit later on, lull you in that false sense of security and smash that drive impact and clip you. Even easier to do against like Ken. His hands are out a little bit longer than the other fireball characters, unfortunately.
Yeah, exactly. This is definitely, if iDom wants to exploit that strat, it's definitely a good character to do it against, but the knowledge from Booce, the level 2 punish after the heavy kick.
Nice enough to do so at damn near any range, ODDP, doing whatever it takes, as you mentioned, to keep iDom caught up in the corner, so he doesn't have to worry about that long range and have to worry about how he gets in. He can just walk on in, stroll on in, hit this Gen Rise, and whip punishes the sweep off the feet. That's defeat. That's Booce with the round on his side, trying to get a game on the board.
You see how different it looks when Ken has the life lead, right? He can kind of walk back and then surprise, walk forward into a button, walk in, walk out of the sweep range, stuff like that. It definitely is just a completely different style of ground game.
Which is good because you know Manon gonna risk that.
Bruh.
Oh, how is he able to get those? Like, you never see Manon players be able to command grab like this.
So good at it again, harassing, trying to catch Booce, avoiding the command grab, but he's staying solid.
For level 2, go for level 1 right here instead. Yeah, gets a side switch, gets a lead as well.
Yeah, that's huge, especially in this match, but iDom jumps the fireball. Oh my goodness, into the level 3. Booce should be alive here. Still gonna be a scary scenario.
Now, 1 in burnout, 1 with bar, but it doesn't matter. You cannot jump back against a character, not with that crescent kick to catch you. We talked about the range that she has, and even more so up in the corner. This time, iDom opting for that jump back scenario anti-air situation.
2-0 to iDom. Again, iDom was the one that was successful at ECT. I gotta look up that record. I know Incross tweeted out a couple of the records between these players from the World Warrior events. We gotta see how these two played out during the season. Right now, though, Booce looking to bring it back. Already has the corner, already has a significant life lead. Of course, checking the pressure with the ODDP. We've seen that multiple times. Backdashing the command grab attempt, but that didn't combo.
Oh, Booce with the trade, though. He said, I'm almost going to let this loose no matter what it is. That crouching jab, wake up with the 4 frame to stave off the set point scenario that could have came through from iDom, that he had that momentum.
Yeah, I wonder if Booce wanted like Jinrai right there and ended up getting the Dragon Lash.
Possibly.
Nice job.
harassing that drive gauge whenever he can. But he's putting staggers every so often to see what iDom's going to do, whether it be like a reversal, whether it be a button so he can catch that. Again, that data gathering is what Genrai is also for. It's not about that mix and kill the drive gauge. It's also about putting some data in their mind. Right now, in my mind, is that Booce is losing a lot of drive gauge right now, and iDom running it back to drive impact. Perfectly done against the heavy. Oh my God. Booce is godlike, bro.
Yeah, Booce knew iDom was coming for his drive gauge, and he was like, I know exactly how to counter that. Beautiful DI call out. A lot of the time when you see people and they know they're going to get burnt out, they'll just like ODDP, right? They'll do something like invincible reversal. But the fact that Booce knew that the big reward was DI and knew that the button that iDom was going to go with is DI-able, as the type of knowledge that I'm so impressed with and something that Booce always brings to the table.
Very studious against like the player-to-player stuff too as well. You know, also like we saw like when he had the ability to like wake up with that crouch jab and trade with iDom, that could have been like, you know, iDom backing off a little bit. Like I have that psychic ability takes you understanding the momentum, how the game flow is going, how the player wants to respond, how they have historically responded to, and he at least ends a game up on his side of things. iDom's still up 2 though.
Indeed. So iDom gonna start settling back down here. Booce gets the run checked. Man, iDom is so good, bro. And again here, you get close into the range. The stand medium punch snipes. Oh, there's the heavies again.
The drive
reversal, and I love that combo choice.
Flip the script. Anti-air's coming through. Drive rush, stand fierce, harassing the drive gauge. Again, staggering every so often. Just give iDom some data and also to see if he's going to hit that level 1. He might do it to kill Booce.
He then pops off on the drive. Ooh, and then it puts the onus on iDom to respond to the DI with a level 1. Not there. Booce is going to have to spin it. Yeah, I don't think the DP actually would have killed. Maybe you could try like a fireball trap for the chip out, but better safe than sorry for sure.
Yeah, don't leave iDom alive. I 100% agree. Again, Booce, he has been pocket watching to make sure he's not dropping. He is understanding that how much bar iDom has, how much he might use and utilize at the bottom too as well for like a reversal. Very smart stuff. Again, he's staving off that set point scenario.
Pushing away, really relying on that fireball game. And again, right, this early lead from Booce, he's gotten to establish this. Now he doesn't have to chase iDom down. iDom kind of has to come to him. He's been able to play at a different pace, play at a different rhythm, sneak in those buttons.
Being able to afford himself those heavier buttons too as well. Swinging the big heavy kicks, drive rush jab starter. Should be able to get that side switch. Oh no, he don't even need it. Just hit the level 2. Yeah, you're good. Perfect kill for the side of Booce. He is bringing it back against iDom. iDom not able to make the proper reads on his side of things in terms of what buttons can be coming through. No taps on parry. No being able to deal with the drive rush jabs and things like that for fear of possibly drive rush throw. Doesn't matter. And then the fireballs ever so often kind of interrupt the rhythm, and Booce also be taking away drive gauge and knowing when iDom is coming for his. It's the final game between the two that seems going to move on to winner side grand finals.
Oh man, one person gonna get that step closer to Capcom Cup, bro. iDom, a titan of this region, former Capcom Cup champion. Booce really bursting onto the scene in this season of CPT has done an incredible job. Has played fighting games for longer than this season of CPT, of course, but really showing out with his best performances in Street Fighter ever. Obviously, here was the #1 seed coming into this top 8 regional finals, trying to get into that grands. Right here, we got one more game to go to determine it for all of the marbles.
Here we go. Let's see what iDom does here on offense. What he's going to be doing against some of these buttons. The space trap to get the crouch and kick right after a slight delay. You see him jumping back again. There's so much data that's been given to iDom. Is like, what is he doing? Gets him close though. The stand fierce, the back dash, drive rushes right back in for another throw. Just go for another one. iDom breaks.
And look at this.
This is what punch against the crouching medium kick.
Yeah, a rare miss from iDom. Usually doesn't let any button get whiffed in front of him. Not for free, but does beat him to the punch this time. This is what iDom needed. He needed to even up this life lead. Kind of take one for himself, and Booce turns on the aggression, steals it back. Press they saw it as well. Great overhead block from iDom, and then of course, the punish counter command grab, but Booce waking up with the light kick. What a call out that was, but iDom knows the timing. Sees Booce walk back and try to bait something out, beats him to the button, puts himself on set point.
iDom finally figuring out what Booce wants to do on offense, being able to throw the needle, but it's so close though. Could be anybody's game. iDom still on set point though. 3 metal stocked up right now. Looking for that heavy kick. Might see a tap parry in between some of these strings. Can't do that when Booce has got the bar to expend, especially when he is up. Too close for comfort right there. Runs a command grab on the knockdown. 4 medals.
Oh,
5 medals, man.
Just like that, bro. One more command grab, and it is all over the set. That's why iDom sticks with the buttons, knowing that Booce is terrified of that one last command grab. Great manipulation, domination in Grand Finals winner's side.
It's in his name, baby. It's in his name. The Capcom Cup champion, looking to claim another one, looking to get his lick back against all these players who said he was washed and it was over for him. They're not stick with the Manon. I was one of those that told him to switch to JP. But either way, hey man, Manon, winner's side Grand Finals, the most stacked regions. There you go. iDom moving on, but Booce can definitely get his run back against iDom a little bit later on, depending what happens in losers finals. We're gonna go down there in the losers real soon here. But man, iDom though, it's just him making those offensive reads where Booce was doing the same thing and flipping the script. As you mentioned, playing around those medals. He had the 5 medals and Booce like, well, damn, well, what do I do? That's when you stop feeling sorry for the character. That's when you stop being like, man, Manon's a low tier character. You start looking at the damage you can dump out. You're like, she's playing Street Fighter 6 at this point because I'm panicking, I'm scrambling, I'm gonna pack like I'm on the Titanic, and my chances are sinking. iDom moving on in a bracket with Manon, bro.
At that point, she's playing like peak Street Fighter 6, right? Because she puts you in a true 50-50 strike throw before every other character because of how much damage that 5 metal command grab does. So it's like now you're used to having a little bit more life. You're like, oh, I could take a throw. You can even take an SPD. You cannot take that 5 metal command grab from Manon. So yeah, it puts the fear of everybody in him, and that's what we saw, right? We saw Booce try to avoid that at the end. Thought that iDom would ride the momentum of the successful command grabs, but switched it up at the perfect time. And that's what, I mean, his fighting game career has been built on, right? First with Allura, now here, kind of same thing, really manipulating people into being scared of the command grab, calling them out when they're going to be looking to avoid it. Of course, that poison was really good too.
Oh yeah, of course. The poison's great. I mean, it would have been great to see him have another character, but he chooses to not run that and just kind of play the way he wants to play with this character, and it has found success. He needs one more match to qualify for Capcom Cup. We might be seeing him next year, but we might be seeing Booce. We might be seeing these other 2 players too, depending on what happens in this loser semi. People, it's Shine, it's Kami. We've seen Kami in some top spots of World Warriors. We've seen him in Street Fighter 5 and 6. We've seen the same for Shine. I'm curious to see what's going to be happening for Shine. He has had some issues with Akuma. He hates that character, but he chooses to go with the Ed. Not the most fun matchup for Ed, as the aerial approach kind of hard to deal with. But we'll see what happens if he's learned something, or if that anger against the character is enough to beat him. Not this time, though. Commit to the flicker, got jumped in on.
Yeah, already right. Kami's first paid-off maneuver. Jump through the air. Not sure. I want to see if he like kind of turns to the air there a little bit more. If he risks some of the hard call outs, like the heavy kick. Oh no! I was gonna say the heavy kick flicker, but instead the DP right there is completely errant.
It's too much variance on these demon flips, demon rays. Catches the crouching medium punch. This is good for Shine. Gets Psycho Blitz after trying to find a shimmy, but Kami's defense has been pretty damn good today. I feel like I've never seen him this defensive, and it makes sense considering the character, but even more so what's on the line. Waiting to just wait it out on these mini scenarios, not pressing buttons when he shouldn't, I should say. Anti-air with the heavy flicker does work out this time.
Nice job. So Shiny already representing that option. Willing to show it. Kami though checking the drive rush in. Already evened up what he lost, and the overhead off of the drive rush. Huge reward into the level 3. My goodness, the life bar just melting. The damage this character gets off overhead is ridiculous.
I think it was Sayff that said, like, what do you mean Akuma dies in a few combos? You die to a few combos when you're fighting Akuma. Like, when you fight this character, bro, either you die or he dies. That's just how it goes.
Is it perfectly fine that he has 9,000 health? Because you feel like you got 9,000 health when fighting him too.
You ain't lying. A proper Akuma will definitely melt that health with the quickness. Demon Flip catches him on the other side with the medium. Fantastic stuff. Shine had the no-dose, was awake and aware. Hits him with the heavy interruption, gets a drive rush. Psycho Blitz. So many things after this. Tries to go for the stand fierce. This time, more active defensive thing with the ODDP.
Oh, he nullified the fireball at first, trying to go into flicker, but Kami, the turbo on that demon raid, and now just jumping the normal attempt. Huge dub.
I'm gonna have DP right after that too as well. That's actually crazy after the OD Tatsu. And this character also, the fireballs make it so unfortunate for this outboxer to have to try to fight. You know, you're trying to hit the stampede kicks and the great long range buttons you have, but the fireballs work out. But what happens when he puts you to bed? What happens when the sheets are nice and warm?
Yeah, and Shine just staying true to that time. Kami trying to wake up with something. The non-desync, but we wake up with the OD DP this time. Make sure my wake ups are invincible.
With sauce on it.
Yeah. Medium or invincibility.
Oh, hell yeah. So you know the vibes. You know Mario's perfect. He pressed himself out for the demon! Kami! You sick son of a gun.
That's dead.
The demon.
That's all the way dead.
Wrong demon. I was like, why would you bring yourself out? It was all to set up for the demon. As more of these Akuma players get better and better about the demon, I'm telling you, the stocks of Akuma go up and up. It makes sense that you don't always see it because Akuma players might die before they hit the yellow, but Kami knew what to do, push up and burnout just to allow that demon pressure to get off that medium. Very fantastic stuff. But Shine feels a type of way because this is game point here for Kami.
Saw the discourse where it was like, how do Akuma players hate grapplers? And it was just the demon startup animation. And it's like, come on, bro, look yourself in the mirror.
You're one of those. You're one of those.
You are what you hate.
That's so different, you know. Off the low, though, Shine a lot more active. I think that's also good to disallow the fireball game, disallow Kami from leaving the ground just in general. So Shine takes the round, but again, these fast fireballs disallow a lot of the stance-ups beside of Shine.
Yeah, most definitely. Shine, oh, nice. The back kill rush kind of set that up, right? Kami went into the drive rush in. He got some space back, able to check it easily. And this flicker, yeah, he might have been holding the heavy one. I think that's exactly what happened. He was looking for him to demon or jump out. He was holding the heavy flicker right there. That's why he back kill rushed when he saw Kami didn't do anything.
Parrying's in. Might be the end of that drive gauge. Fireball, drive rush, DP, perfectly done. And I wonder if that would have hit if Shine did not press a button, but either way, Shine called him from the corner.
I think it would have hit, but I don't think it would have burnt him out, right? Because it was a punish counter because he pressed the button. And because of that, we see the DI into the stun. And just like that, Kami makes the most of it on set point now.
It's hard because like, you can't switch to the other characters. I don't think they would do that much better against Akuma.
Yeah, I honestly do think this is his best bet out of his plethora of choices. Nice check that time, though, and has the level 2. We're going to put it on the table. Can we desync this time? He does.
On the controller.
We're not on the same page, bro.
Air to air.
Beautiful. I love the air to air, too.
I want to see UP.
Kami's OD fireballs have been super on point. Because Shine, I mean, oh, but speaking of being on point, Shine waking up with the crouch medium punch, catching Kami on the walk back, desynced up again. Remove my phone from your car.
Wake up. Super, it's not gonna hit. Waited and baited. Shine was like, dog, what else can you do? But wake up, Super. Shine saw through it. Oof, still game point here for Kami, but I do like that he's getting better and better about sniffing out what Kami wants to do upon wake up and dealing with the aerial approach every so often. The jump backs are very, very, I think, clutch at this point because you need to have something. The DPs aren't hitting. You gotta do something else. If not, block it out, I guess, at the very minimum.
Yeah, I like the air-to-air choice from Shine 100%. Like that he's been able to represent the heavy kick. Oh my goodness. I think he was holding the heavy flicker again. And he back kill rushed right as Kami did Demon Ray. That had to be a heartbreaker. But Kami's OD fireballs have been super on point in this game, kind of nullifying Shine's game. And one thing that Ed really has good is that, right? He can kind of nullify a fireball and then throw his own afterwards. But the recovery of Akuma's fireballs and speed of them, he's able to nullify the fireball return with his own anyway.
Oh, of course. So with the OD, Shine just neutral jumps it. Trying to walk him to the corner, holding that flicker stance. Has to let it loose to be able to recover in time to block fine. OD trying to get that heavy, too far out the distance. Kami is anti-aired, almost got the pickup, but we'll get the counter hit combo off that light. And that distance, I can't believe. It's crazy.
Shine playing corner arrest now, trying to keep him here. Put the ankle bracelet on Akuma, bro. Oh, he ain't going nowhere. This is the premises you got to stay at. We'll bury you here, fam. Shine. Another W on the board.
I like that. Keep him locked down. Jail no bail. Cannot leave. And Shine playing a very effective range. Look at that. Around the heavy. And honestly, that's a range where he can cancel, as we saw with the kill rush back if need be. Like at that point, at least recover in time to block out maybe a demon raid heavy. Try to go for the forward fierce and maybe catch a crouching kick. Will anti-air the dive kick with the psycho upper. Gets a grip right after. Drive rush jab, try to go for the throw. You can't leave. Oh, cut him with the counter. Will not go into any sort of super just yet. Should now. The drive gauge behind it, even with the scaling, will kill Akuma.
Yeah, most definitely gonna still kill Akuma. Shine. What a bounce back, man. After the first 2 games, Kami really ran away with them. Shine, in very similar fashion here, has tied up the set. It's going to be an intense final game, man.
Yeah, I like the variance that Shine is playing it, because you don't really see many Ed players play from like long range like Shine is. Like until he feels like he's comfortable going in. Most Ed players I've seen like play that mid-range, they feel confident enough to do so, but that of course means that you can't react to the fireballs as much, or neutral jump them, or whatever you want to do, or air to air, or choose the effective anti-air option if it comes down to, or what buttons to utilize and when to utilize them against a plethora of fireballs that Kami might throw, or Akuma players I should say. So Shine backing up a little bit, reassessing, kill rushing when need be, and then wait for that right opportunity for Kami to jump in and land his heavy flicker or an anti-air choice to rack up the damage has been clutch for him.
Yeah, Shine has been doing a really great job at recognizing at which ranges, which of his options is going to be best suited to deal with the demon flip, right? We saw him even go with, I believe it's the crouch medium kick, the one that reaches up a little bit to stuff Kami at the very beginning, trying to escape the corner. We obviously, like you talked about, the fireballs have been a big part of the game. He's been representing the heavy flicker to call out jumps and demon flips. So he's just really been representing every option well and not relying on one thing to allow Kami to kind of switch it up and exploit that strategy, right? He's just been showing him so much.
Yeah, trying to catch that walk back a little bit as Kami. No counter combo, unfortunately. Drive rush medium hits, but wasn't able to capitalize. Some of these moments that Kami has not be able to properly capitalize on. Yeah, you get the buttons after. See, I didn't know this, but after that, you get the Psycho Blitz and you get a button right after it as a immediate timing. And Shine is not playing vegan right now. He is on set point.
I just can't believe it anti-air in the first place, though. The wild angle. Oh, back kill rush out of the range. Shine doing such a good job, man. Like you said, showing so many looks to Kami. Jumping in, does get it, and gets a throw off as well. Decent start.
After -4, Psycho Blitz. It's not a bad option. Don't whip these like long recovery buttons that might get clipped to hit by a fireball, or like maybe a drive rush medium, whatever it may be. Shine has him caught up in the corner. And again, Kami trying to find the proper timings to jump in on. Shine's pulling the block. Sweep. We have the Oki. Wakes up. We'll take the throw. Could be way worse.
Yeah, Shine's been taking a lot of throws this set. Oh my goodness. The air fireball to nullify the flicker was actually so sick. All right, Kami. That was ridiculous, bro.
That was he even said himself he doesn't have that matchup knowledge to pilot this character. He had it in his bag. He's been kind of going for more of these air fireball moments, but that one was definitely intentional, as you mentioned, to call it the flicker. Final game, final round. Let's see what's going down. Only one moves on to fight Booce.
That was, oh my goodness, that was such a sick play. Wow, how did the chop hit? How did Ed end up back in front? Either way, Shine's gonna make the most of it. Level 2 here off the OD Blitz. Getting too close to the corner for any type of DC shenanigans. We're just going for our damage. Oh, but he walked back with a fierce. Timed at just the wrong moment. Now Kami's going to work in the corner.
He's locked in. 9 to 5 plus overtime. It's a throw right after. Kami, one more solid touch. OD fireball. Yeah, I can play a nice patient game right now with the fireballs. Go for the jump in. Does not get clipped on the landing frames. Reversal jab. Was it a counter combo? We'll get a grip right after. It's a one more touch. No, it's enough to kill. That throw was enough to kill, and it wasn't even punish counter. It's Kami moving over Shine to fight Booce in losers finals.
Oh,
wow,
man. Kami. What adjustments to bring it back. Clutch it out right after Shine built all that momentum back. Ran it 2 games straight. to tie up the set. It really felt like he was showing Kami so many different looks that it was going to be tough to get a proper read on him, really catch on to the rhythm. But Kami in that final game, he made enough correct decisions. He found enough moments where he could really shine. No pun intended, my bad. But yeah, that was really found enough moments to get his rocks off and take it and go into losers finals.
We're going to losers finals after this break. People, when we return, even more Warrior action coming right at you. Don't go nowhere.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Domino's Pizza is the official food sponsor of Digital Havoc World Warrior 2024 US Canada East. SteelSeries is the official headset sponsor for Digital Havoc World Warrior 2024 US Canada East. Razer is the official all-button arcade controller for Digital Havoc World Warrior 2024 US Canada East.
Welcome back, everybody, to the regional finals for North America East. Man, it's been a star-studded event, a brutal event with heartbreaks, nightmares descending upon the losers, but dreams are still alive here for 3 players. Obviously, iDom, the closest one to Capcom Cup, waiting in Winterside Grand Finals, while we got Booce and Kami waiting to battle out to see who gets to fight him.
That is going to be some fantastic sets of matches. We might get a new Capcom Cup qualifier. We may get someone who has been searching for another qualification in their hands. We may get a CFN Demon out here going to the streets of Capcom Cup saying, hey, you know, that practice in CFN is just enough for me. But either way, it's going to be fun times all the way through. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. And also, all the rewards that we have had, appreciate everybody that's been playing all the way up to this point, all the players, even the ones that we have to this top 8, all the way through. I think this scene, I mean, obviously, we know the scene's incredible, but it all comes down to this. I'm yapping about the players previously that we see up on the screen. Booce versus Kami is what we had as our very first match of the day, and Booce was able to take it 3-1. Now, Kami has switched to the Luke, a little bit late on the draw to do so, and I'm wondering if the Luke might just come out right off the rip.
Yeah, it's a great point that we already had this match once, right? Winter semis, so Kami has earned the run back. I tend to favor the person that lost in the initial set. In the loser side run back, because they're the ones thinking about that match a little bit more, knowing they got to go into it, making adjustments and whatnot, right? So maybe Kami, and he is going to start with the Luke. Now, these two did also play in the World Warrior for number 4, and Booce took the victory there. So he's got 2 sets up on Kami. This could be the time, right? Could the 3rd time be that charm?
See what happens. Plus, Trim Sonori right there, not respecting the frames. Perfect parry is there. The trade. Gets a crushing kick, catches the recovery of the parry, and hands Tatsu to the corner. This time you see him committing more to just taking him to the corner as much as possible to get that meaty stand fierce. No vegan option on that one.
Strange little fumble in the corner with the pressure, but nonetheless, Booce, we've seen how dominant he can be with the life lead. Kami, though, represent early and baiting out the drive rush. Going to be able to drain the rest of that drive meter with level 1 as well. Mental of this is completely shifted a bit. Ooh, what a reaction.
Ooh.
The run stop into level 1 to beat the DI.
Yeah,
man,
played right through his hands right there. Doesn't matter. Drive rush overhead, didn't want to spend too much bar though. Drive impact for that exact moment. He saved the bar to be able to get that back fist and not miss up in the corner, and the DP rising up, where that's such a downer for Booce to have to deal with. That man kept the bar in his pocket for a rainy day, so that drive impact up in the corner is the play. This dude, Kami, cooking with the Luke. He's still strong.
Yeah, honestly, incredible first round from both sides. Look forward to seeing how the rest of this one plays out. Both bringing their S tier game, trying to check the drive rush check button with the suppressor. Booce now sticking his hand out. Who does get beat to the button there, though. Kami sniping with the crouch medium kick. And baiting out the ODDP.
Heavy ender up in the corner, frame kill, waits a little bit. Heavy kick again. Wasn't plus, didn't see the screen shake. ODDP will launch off here. Kami had the health for that to work out. Had him been baited. Speaking of baits, bait on the throw with the crouch fierce. Enhanced Tatsu. Throw this time?
Yeah, that ODDP, pretty much guaranteed as long as it's medium or light Jinrai. Even if you don't follow it up, it is still quick enough to punish. Oh, and Kami, 1 strike throw away. Oh, does tech. Booce was waiting for something and then just responds to the drive rush with an outright invincible DP, putting around on the board.
Other kids might use crouching medium punch with a slight little disjoint in front of it. Not Booce. He'll hit that bar with the OD behind it just to interrupt the drive rush. Fantastic stuff. I wonder if Luke has issues dealing with that toe kick at that distance. We're at closer range of trying to punish it. We'll have to see what Kami does. The match goes on. Drive reversal works out this time.
Yeah, Booce representing that a couple times already. Interesting. I don't know if you just
take something out.
Maybe. We've seen him represent that a little bit as well, like the run cancel. We saw obviously the run stop into the level 1. A little bit too far to really try that anti-air with confidence.
A lot of fireballs.
Booce has been playing patient this round.
Yeah. Not overextending. Has him up in the corner. Hey, we talked about that crouching medium punch, and Booce going to utilize that right there against the drive rush. Stand fierce. Yeah, of course. Has the OD gauge, but again, Booce might be okay with that. Spin that bar. Put yourself closer to burnout. taking
Yeah,
it.
100%. Like, Kens will bully you with Jinrai, knowing that you can, like, guarantee punish them just when you have low drive meter. Just to either put you in burnout or put you close to it. We see it's a result of that burnout here, and Booce reads the flash knuckle perfectly. Jump back punishes it outright. So gotta be careful.
3. Yeah, Kami still has bar. I mean, if he wants to, super through a fireball, but it's not going to be happening. Boo's going to keep it locked up in the corner with that OD Jinrai and lets it fly. And I like that Boost doesn't go for obviously going to get him blown up. He knows that a super can cut through a fireball, so he's going to go up with more of the buttons. Batters him. Uh-oh, suppressor coming through. Kami with the drive rush, stand fierce. Inzig with the heavy knuckle, heavy kick. OEDP's that is Boost.
Yeah, I think Booce, like, new Kami would be pretty locked in on any type of fireball, right? So advancing with something else, showing them something different visually, I think it was really what sealed that last round. But right now, Kami's at the corner again. Great, perfect parry. No free sandblast block strings. And again, right, he's willing to bully with his Jinrai because it's putting Kami below or at 1 bar of drive meter.
Even if he has less health, perfect parry. Just do it. He keeps the bar so he can do things like this. Lands a drive impact after that medium. He's got level 2. Yeah, he's definitely spin right at this point. Stand fierce, target combo. Level 1 to get it done. Doesn't even need level 2. Very good routing for the side of Boost. Keeps the bar in his pocket the next round.
Seemed like a weird drop to me. I wonder if that was like to set up the DI at a funky timing so he wouldn't be ready to respond, or PJ just made the most of a scramble. But again, look at this. I mean, Kami's been responding to these Jinrais, but it's gotten him so low on drive consistently. Booce, nice. Great stuff from Kami, really recognizing the fact that Booce was trying to force that issue, right? He was trying to take the rest of that drive meter. So he was constantly there with buttons, filling up that space. Oh, but wait a second.
Plus perfect parry. The side switch backs up. Does not get the anti off in time. The jump medium kick lands before a DP could come through. And Kami being able to get around the board, needs this momentum as much as possible. Yeah, see, he's trying to strike back with a crouching medium punch, maybe crouching jab. Doesn't hit the right range against the toe tap.
Yeah, that was rough for Booce because, like, just forcing the DI there to try to get, like, a resource out of Kami before this round 3 would have been a victory, but now instead, Kami still has 3 bars. Once again, we see the ODDP against the Jinrai.
Drive rush, no DP. Wait for him to land and get the throw right after. I don't mind that. I like this defense from Kami. Trade.
And you see him not do the DP on that last Jinrai because it would have burnt him out. But look at this Booce, able to roll off of that, get the level 3, and drain some more meter from Kami. And again, now he's in that distance where if he DPs a Jinrai, he's going to be burnt out.
A game of resources, and Booce is the one winner in this economy. Does not perfect parry the fireball, but still has him right where he wants him. Target combo, crouching medium kick. Might even play around the negative frame, so it doesn't matter. The crouching medium punch is going to hit right here. Kami, go for the level 3. Get your bar back as much as you can. You probably get about halfway here, but more importantly, you have Booce on the back foot a little bit more, at least around the range that you have for your health. Oh, yeah.
Indeed, trying for a neutral jump. Nobody was trying to force out. Oh, no DP on that, and he throws him out of the DI. That was so clutch. Both players now with their drive meter. Kami with the back-to-back OD and uses the DI, knowing Booce can't respond with his own due to the minimal amount of health. He would have had to parry. He would have had to do something else. And man, the onus was on him. Kami immediately applying that pressure.
Very good defense without Kami being able to grip up that DI. But I wonder if Booce could have hit him with the entire DP at that distance. I knew on neutral jump kind of hard to call out sometimes. Catch the walk back fine though with the crouching medium kick. Enhanced Tatsu his Booce, puts him up in the corner. Tick throw, do it to him again. And he does with the tick throw. This time the shimmy with the crouching medium punch does stop Booce's oppression approach for a little bit longer.
Yeah, in that last round, I think he did try the DP, honestly. I think that's what that crouch jab was. Maybe it was just a crouch jab anti-air attempt, but either way, nice job. I love the perfect parry check on the jab string. Always a fan of seeing that.
Oh, yeah. Let those go for free. Especially with the stickiness that he has with like his crouching light kicks and crouching light punches now. To like stay by you, stay closer to you. Uh-oh.
Spine buster.
Throw right after her.
And Booce, yeah. It's
a
little bit of a parry OS right there.
No touch. Drive impact against the overhead, knowing that Kami like to initiate some sort of opening for advantage. He goes for the drive impact. He knew that he didn't have the health to play with. Very smart stuff for Booce again. He's so good about watching your health gauge, your drive gauge, and working around those moments, those opportunities to find success.
Yeah, that's a big thing with Booce, right? Is he knows your resources as well as you do. He's always locked in on them. He knows how the subsequent strings of pressure are gonna affect it. He's very, very smart about all that.
Son of a good ass player. Yeah, that's fine. Put yourself in burnout. You're not Noah, bro.
Actually,
He said you're not Noah.
He affects the beast mode wake up though. And Booce put him below 2 bars with that Jinrai that was blocked too. That's why Kami got burnt out. And I think that's why he felt pretty okay about doing it, because he didn't realize he was going to be put below the 2 bars on the Jinrai block.
He's back with bar now. And back in business. After that shimmy, using the crouching medium punch, the God button saves that day. Level 1 meets him up. And we're game to game, round to round right now. Kami able to get the lick back and bring it back from the brink, because it was looking like Booce was kind of running all over him, dealing with the resources. And Kami starts off strong with the drive rush pressure.
I stopped by Kami stream while we were on break, and he was like, Booce, you've had your opportunities against iDom. Let somebody else try. So he's trying to get to that grand finals with all his might, bro. But Booce, of course, wants that run back. We talked about it. Booce has lost to iDom twice now as well, right? So he's definitely looking to bounce back, find his 3rd time. It's hopefully his charm. But right now, Kami got to get burnt out. That was true block string as well after that fierce. Making sure Kami didn't just get an ability to ODDP for free.
Drive impact. It's going to be splat. Walk up to get as much bar as possible. In about 5 right there. Actually, the combo. He's going to save the bar for a little bit. Drive rush, tick throw. I could have completed it and found the finish. He had the target combo after that jab. Drive rush. Had more in store. But you know what? You're looking good right now. Booce got bar juiced up again. Could drive rush jab. Interrupt with the fireball. Gonna have to keep it up a little bit more in terms of like that drive gauge so you're not getting depleted and deleted.
Booce, he tried to jump onto the sand blast. He couldn't find it. Kami, he sneaks in the drive rush overhead. Oh my, the Shiesty has been pulled down. 2-11 in progress for the set lead.
You got a suspect trying to escape. Over. Stop him right now.
Oh man, he picked his spot. Like, it really felt like he threaded the needle, man. Like, he waits a little bit longer. I think Booce just inherently checks with a button. That was super clutch from Kami, as he's been all night, honestly.
100%. And back with business with the character that he played previously. And also, Booce had the game. Like, he had it. All he had to do was jab, target combo, and finish the job. Just, but again, that commitment in that moment is easier said than done.
Yeah, most definitely. Now Kami's got the lead. Ooh. Could get a grand finals, and NLBC grand finals would be very fitting for this region.
The classic.
Indeed. Oh, and Kami's looking so comfortable right now. Checking all these drive rush attempts, playing with a lead. Look at that, not committing to anything after the roundhouse, baiting out the level 1. Upside your dome with the temple, optimal damage. Oh my goodness, Kami. Almost here to close it out. Try to put him away with a throw. Booce. Not going quietly into the night though. Oh no.
Wow, the pushback after those jabs happen. Well, Kami to leave with that crouching light punch and put himself on set point. Yo, Kami is in his bag right now. You're like, this is another day of rake play. This is one more game I gotta do. One more extra. First of 3 don't matter to me. I'm trying to tap parry in between. That might be some reads that Booce can land. Maybe some more throws against him. Jinrai, not going to go DP for that. Yeah, he sees the bar is super low. Doesn't want to let that ODDP go and put himself in burnout, but you're there anyway. Looking mad ashy. Go right kick DP right after it.
Indeed, Booce smothering Kami this round. Giving him no breathing room. Constantly making him deal with this Ken offense. Picking his spot so perfectly, so well timed, able to cover his whip buttons with DPs. Booce puts a perfect on the board. He's gonna need more rounds like that. He's gonna bring himself back into the set.
That She's away from the throw. DP. Kami does expend the bar to get the drive rush heavy kick right after. Booce perfect parries the fireball. Drive rushes in for the stand pierce for the plus frames. This puts Kami in burnout. He's not out of options. He's got that bar at the bottom to back it up. And, you know, Luke players will wall you out with the buttons and then use that bar to get back in business with the green gauge. DP as the anti-neutral jump choice. This is what we wanted to see from Booce previously. If he finds it open, he might let that level 3 go and get that lead. Or Kami will instead.
Indeed, Kami finds, once again, combo necessary, level 3 at the end of the burnout. So look at the big drive advantage as well, and he just hits him with the drive rush crouch medium punch. Kami closes it out 3-1 in losers finals to truly make it all about New York in grand finals.
Holy hell, Kami with the Luke, a character that people put to the side. Even Kami himself was playing a lot of Akuma, was kind of lacking on the Luke. Decided to brush that character off and bring him out. He's in grand finals against iDom, as you mentioned, NLBC Classic coming through to qualify for Capcom Cup. This is how it ends. Will it be a Capcom Cup champion, or will it be another new face at Capcom Cup, at least in Street Fighter 6? We're going to have to see this last match. I got to say, last match. But big ups to Booce, bro. Third at one of the most stacked regions, probably top 3 stacked regions in just the world. Got to give this man his credit. Very consistent, amazing player, doing mad work at Street Fighter League. Good to see him do a lot of work out at Street Fighter 6 just in general.
Booce, I can't sing the praises of Booce enough, honestly. Like, he's probably definitely one of my MVPs for the year, if not the most MVP for me, just because I feel like I love the story, the rise of his gameplay and skill, and just in general, the stuff that he does makes me think about the game in ways that not a lot of other players do. So I'm always a big fan of watching him play. Good stuff the whole season. Can't wait to see what else he's going to bring to the table in the CPT tournament life. But of course, now it is all about those NLBC veterans, what we come to know and love. 2 players from New York that we saw really grind it out every week on our streams over at NLBC and Street Fighter 5. And now they brought their talents to Street Fighter 6. And of course, they are here in grand finals.
History was before, you know, we saw these 2 players playing so much, and now we're about to see history. Will iDom be moving on? Will it be Kami, again, who has been just on an absolute tear lately? I can't even sing the praises enough for Kami himself, to be honest. The fact that he don't even enter tournaments like that so consistently, the fact that he stays on a stream and practices, and, you know, he'll run some sets every so often, but really commits to the grind of CFN and learns from there is enough to keep him this sharp, which is insane to me. So Kami just a generational talent. Same with iDom. Both these players are generational talents, but it all comes down to this grand finals. Again, iDom, winner side, Kami, loser side. iDom only needs 1 set to get it done. Kami needs to win twice to make it nice. We'll see what happens. We'll see if we get a reset of the bracket, East Coast reset of the bracket. We'll see who gets the victory and claims their shot at Capcom Cup. But this is the path. iDom taking down Booce. We saw in winners finals, and before that, taking out Sayff. So I had to run through 2 Kens, unfortunately. We'll maybe have to fight an Akuma or fight a Luke, depending on what he decides is the best.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a banger for sure. iDom and Kami both here have been so good and so strong in this event, and Kami able to complete his run back, right? That's a lot of momentum going into this grand finals. Of course, iDom has been super on point all day, really utilizing every tool in Manon's playbook, shutting down the ground game, shutting down people trying to jump back with the anti-airs, sneaking in this command throw after command throw. It's just been a hell of a show. Kami's definitely got a full plate ahead of him, but, you know, he's all about eating, so it's all good.
Yeah, my man can definitely eat through a lot of that fat with the drive rush jabs and mediums and things like that, keeping his bar up and switching up his game plan. We saw what happens when he's like, okay, I'm getting close to burnout. Let me avoid that. Let me switch up with some of these jump ins. Let me also change up my spacing, my timing after some of these jabs after I get pushed back. So Kami never wanted to be on the back foot for too long. We'll see what he switches up with. We'll see if he goes for the Akuma or the Luke. Personally, I've seen a lot of the Akuma players say that Manon is not that much fun of a matchup. She's got those OD crescent kicks and even the normal crescent kicks and the good anti-airs to stop the demon raid approaches. On the ground, she's got some good buttons to take him down and stop him from drive rushing in. As we mentioned, that are good against damn near every character, are going to be good against Akuma. Fireballs are problematic, of course, but the range that she has on heavy kick, when she gets that mid-range, can stop a lot of what Akuma wants to do. So we're going to have to see what happens here if he wants to go for the Luke, if he wants to go for the Akuma. Now it's just a little bit of what happened over in Japan. That could be different over here. Style differences can be a thing where someone's style is going to be different enough to be better in a matchup or worse. We'll see.
Yeah, Kami's had some real clutch moments today. I still can't get over that air fireball to nullify the flicker. And yeah, now I'm trying to think. In grand finals, like you said, like Kuma is a little scary, right? Lower health, command grab character in Manon, having some anti-projectile tools as well with the twirl through and whatnot. Like you said, has pretty good options to shut down the demon flip with their crescent kick. So it looks a little scary. He has a lot of momentum on Luke right now as well. Do you start with the Luke? I don't know, right? Like I feel like I haven't seen this matchup in quite some time.
I would like to see him go for the Luke. I think if you're already warmed up with the Luke, go with the Luke. I think Akuma is something that we've seen it so much and he's practiced against so much. Go with what you know. It's going to be the Luke flow. It's going to be iDom versus Kami grand finals to go on the Capcom Cup on the east side of things. Let's get it.
Yes, indeed. Grand finals. And by the end of this set, we will have another Capcom Cup qualifier. iDom, obviously, grand finals advantage, winner side advantage, I should say. It's already worth Kami towards the corner, and look at that, man. He's just so precise. A light kick to check the drive rush immediately. Perfect parry on the sand blast.
Pressing the drive gauge too as well. And not overextending for like a crescent kick. He'll just wait for him to land, hit that heavy. And Kami taking trades right now because he cannot afford to be in burnout against one of the Baronesses that could definitely do some damage. First kick lands, frame kill for the back fierce, but that's why we see the level 1 bust out, get some distance.
Ooh, he even tried the suppressor after that drive rush, but the Manon button still reached on the pullback. Oh, and then the infinite. You already know how Manon gets down when the opponent is in burnout. Even burned himself out for a little salt in the wound. iDom on the board.
I hate that he does that. Every time he gets a stun, he'll burn himself out and he'll just get it done with the button right after. iDom, ever with the BM, they know each other though, yeah. Gets the OD, fireball, DP right after it. Frame kill for the throw, the backdash into the command grab. That's 4 medals, 4 felonies. Careful now. I'm gonna get
It wasn't even a punish, right? He just knew that Kami was going to be blocking after that.
Right off. Perfect parry to again hold ground. He's not been caught by any drive rush buttons just yet. Perfect parry though from Kami, reading the room and the rhythm. The staying fierce. Is it with the heavy flash knuckle frame kill? The buttons against the empty nothing.
Nice jump out as well, Kami. I feel like that's the first command grab we've seen jumped out of against iDom. Oh, Booce did one too, and just one though, from my recollection.
Not too many though overall. Just not a grappler. Like, don't get gripped up. Overhead lands. Oh no, there's bar at the bottom for the CA. About to see all that DNA. Blood on the ground, you going down. iDom. God damn, he is a hunter, bro. He just waits for his proper moments and snipes you. This guy's ridiculous.
Yeah, these forward advancing buttons in this game, like when players just commit to a button afterwards, it feels like more often than not they end up counter hitting the opponent after that initial whiff. Just because I feel like it creates so much hesitation because it's a forward movement with the hitbox, so you don't want to like commit, like you don't want to walk into it, and that like slight moment of hesitation, it feels like just makes the most for the attacker.
And it's forcing Kami to have to do things like suppressor because like you have these 4 moving buttons like you know on stand medium on the side of Luke and things like that. Crouching medium punch maybe not so much, but overall the better buttons that have that 4 momentum are going to stuff and stop what Kami wants to do. So he's forced to have to use some of that drive gauge to interact with like suppressor, has to use the fireballs. iDom's ready for all that. He's blocking, he's perfect parrying when need be, or even holding parry whenever he can. Walks underneath the land of light, no drive rush right after. Will do so after this. Back fierce, land the command grab, 2 medals on totality.
Yeah, I think this is super good at slugging it out too, especially like Manon. She doesn't get a big reward off of scrapping with these normals, but her normals are good to scrap with. They got good speed, they got good range. So it's like, even if she's not getting a big reward, she's just kind of like death by 1,000 cutting you. And because of that, I mean, iDom, look at the way he plays with the lead. It's so strong.
Oh, here's Kami with the side switch though. Gets outside the corner. The throw right after the crouching medium punch doesn't commit to him too much. iDom blocking out the overhead, has the timing proper, but now you're caught up in the corner with burnout, S-drive impact, and wasn't able to get a super off in time, and Kami with that back fist.
Indeed. Never afraid to bust out a DI, and now turning up the aggression once again with the drive rush. I'm not gonna spin the level 3 just yet. Confident in his corner pressure.
I like the help parry. Gives a little bit more of that pushback opportunity to happen. Whip punishes the stand fierce too far out the distance. Ooh, no. Give me that command grab. Punish counter. There's 3 medals in total. You're in burnout. It's a Baroness. This is my land.
iDom happily putting himself in burnout as well. Oh no, Kami. Willing to spin 2 bars right there in an attempt to stop the pressure. So iDom draining Kami of his resources before this final round, putting himself in prime position.
Level 3 can get 5 medals. Will be hella damaging. Kami has him up in the corner though. This time goes for a button instead of a throw. Where sort of delay. Deep for the jump fierce for the safe jump setup. Harass the drive gauge too as well. Space trap to stand like kicking the fireball. Drive rushes in again, but the heavy stops him. I can't believe that did that in the level 3. Oh no, level 3, but 4 medals I should say. Lots of drive gauge damage on the way.
I wonder if iDom did heavy kick because he thought Kami would like do suppressor. Something like that, but oh my goodness, Kami, the one that strikes true this time. All the way, built the level 3 for the closeout. 1 up here in our grand finals.
All right, Kami bringing it back from the break. Do a little bit better job of like, keeping that drive gauge up as much as he can. And as you mentioned, I think the suppressor definitely is an option that iDom is looking for because, again, trying to approach a neutral kind of hard, as we mentioned with that forward movement, momentum button, medium punch. So suppressor is like a big option for Luke overall in this matchup. But again, you're having to use drive gauge. You're having to spin bar to try to find an approach. I don't know what that DI was. It must have been a fat finger.
Something like that. And now the looked like he held parry for a little long. iDom was able to punish with the throw, of course. Spine buster, speaking of which. I love that. Protect your drive gauge, even if you don't get the perfect parry off on the flash knuckle.
Yep. Protect the drive gauge, protect the piece. Jumps with the fireball, tries to jump in, back fierce. You see the like slight delay to be able to get his button off Kami, reading the right timings, but you can't neutral jump against her.
Yeah. iDom, oh my goodness, deleted, making you pay dearly for that neutral jump attempt. And yeah, iDom's reactions are too good. Manon's tool set too strong, and I mean, like we just saw with that conversion into super, it makes you pay even more than other characters for trying to neutral jump like that.
Perfect parry on this jump in though. Lands a command grab right after. 4 medals and you're caught up in the corner. Trying to tap parry, but Kami's ready with it. Spine buster.
Yeah, he's definitely looking for the back-to-back on the perfect parry jump ins. This time though, Kami gonna go into the level 2 here, beast mode. Putting the team on my back for the burnout.
Medium punch, combo the fireball. Probably will put a gap in here. No, he'll just go right for the drive impact. I thought he was going to make him waste that bar, but the neck breaker will get it done. It's game to game, round to round. This is pivotal. Either we get closer to a reset point or iDom gets closer to that tournament point.
Yeah, that string with Luke is like so good against burnout opponents where you do target combo into fireball. You do heavy fireball, and if they try to super the gap, then the level 1 loses the projectile, and then it's plus on block if they block it.
Force to hold until after the fireball. It's unfortunate. Speaking of unfortunate, that drive gauge not looking so good, and Kami willing to spend some OD every so often. Now he is close to burnout. Just going to walk down the corner. And one of these perfect parries to hold ground so he can get close enough to Kami to take him down and maybe act some of that strike throw, command grab possibly. He interrupts the Avenger. He didn't, oh, that wasn't even Avenger actually. That was just the raw one. He didn't commit to anything right after.
Jumping, Kami trying to respond with something, but a little bit too late, and iDom just goes low right there. Oh my goodness. Opening the door for this lead, 2-1, and iDom 1 win away from qualifying into Capcom Cup all the way in Tokyo, Japan.
I think that's new. Drive rush crouching kick being able to get a link right after. And something significant is like new for her. And iDom usually the full effect. We don't really see that too often, but iDom opening him up, and we'll see if Kami switches off to Akuma. If he does, it's right or die with that character. Ain't me dark. It might be looking dark for you, my boy. Can't lie.
He's locking in. Already saw the profile switch while we were in the lobby. It's fully expecting to see the Akuma at this point, seeing the demon. I mean, I don't blame him, but it feels like iDom has cracked the case of the Luke a little bit. Maybe the Akuma will at least be a different enough of a look to kind of throw him off a lot of the momentum that he's built up right now.
Old Nancy I Drew. I see it. iDom on game point, looking to finish this off. As you said, qualify for Capcom Cup. Kami with the switch over to the Dark Sauce. Let's see if it works out for him. And again, you have to be very careful about how you vary up your aerial approach. He does have many ways to play against that. We mentioned the crouch fears. You've already seen the OD crescent kick and the crescent kick. Those are really good options. That's why we see the fireball game to initiate any sort of start before you even start drive rushing. Walks at the overhead though is iDom.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from iDom right there. Not believing the fact that Kami would represent something like a drive rush crouch light kick or something where he's going to need to protect his legs.
Big chilling right now. Blocking out the fireballs, walking Kami to the corner. Kami tries to jump in, he holds parry. Trying to catch that walk back with the crouching light kick. Not the most dangerous thing, but it's just damage that can tack on.
Yeah, we're like 40 seconds into this match. There's barely been any damage. Now we see Kami finally getting a combo. Both players playing very carefully here. Talked about the grabby toss of the situation. The overhead does connect because iDom tried something while right before she landed. Man's hit the NOS to get in there for the combo.
Kami got the lead. Now he can just chill. OD being able to get that right through the fireball, but will still follow the forward medium kick, and Kami able to stave off set point. I do like the fireball pressure though. Kami's fireball game is kind of insane right now, despite the fact that we saw some interruption. But you cannot drive rush against his character. Stand medium is too good of a stop sign button. No inch.
Ridiculous. I don't even blame Kami for trying it, right? Because he conditioned with fireballs for so long in that last round. Tried to switch up the tempo, but iDom just stays ready. Gets another command throw. Kuma close to death.
And we're touch the air to air. iDom on set point, looking to qualify for Capcom Cup, and look what's in the bank, fully stocked, ready to unleash. The jump in is there.
Already using the level 2 for a huge jump in combo, preserving all of his drive meter as well. Catches the landing frames, goes into a command grab reset, 5 medals, chasing down, catching the jump back. iDom qualifies for Capcom Cup 11.
Back in business, iDom with the Manon will be your champion after hard-fought World Warriors will be seated at Capcom Cup in just a few months. Exclamation mark, game is great. iDom is your winner. Got to give some big love out to Kami to get that second place spot. My man has been cooking up out here, but iDom staying strong no matter what character came his way. Ready for the loop, ready for the Akuma, ready for the aerial approaches we mentioned, and we saw it happen at the very end. Congratulations to iDom as he is your Capcom Cup champion.
Yeah, even jumping away, right? Just trying to get out of dodge, avoid the command grab, avoid any of the pressure. People, I think, just still not, you don't see Manon enough to really be used to the fact that she can anti-air you from all the way over there, right? That drive rush into the crescent kick, so much range on it, and just a clutch out from iDom right there. I know a lot of people are going to be super happy to see iDom back at Capcom Cup. I know we are. I know everybody that's a fan of this region is. He has really bounced back in a tremendous way after Season 1, where I think, you know, he just didn't have the results that we've come to expect from a Capcom Cup champion. And now here in Season 2, he's been doing his damn thing. Like you said, second at ECT. He's been performing better than he's ever had in Street Fighter 6. And now we're going to see him at Capcom Cup, exactly where he belongs.
Fantastic work to iDom. Again, I think that grind for him traveling around to tournaments that weren't just CPTs and things like that, bringing out the dream hacks and making sure that he's always sharp and finding more ways to play in a way where I feel like he's less fearless has worked out for him to get the win. So big ups. I mean, this is well deserved for him. Kami, just so close. I need you to go travel out to Kings, bro. Hit up the Kings. Get out there with the Mendham. I definitely know you're going to be doing some work out there. It was good to see you back with the Luke, but also good to see this entire top 8 all the way through some surprise names and faces, some faces we've seen consistently be consistent out here. You know, shout out to Shine, shout out to Bloo. Big love to Booce, of course. Big love to Booce. He could be doing a lot of things out here in the sphere of Street Fighter 6, Flux as well, and all the other ones out here. But again, iDom is our champion. Psycho, man. Yo, big ups to Psycho. I know Lee, he about to cook up out there. He about to be a demon.
Oh, man. All right. Well, another Capcom Cup qualifier has been crowned. Except iDom returns to the grand stage. You love to see it. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, not only today, but throughout the entirety of the World Warriors season here for NA East. Big ups to INCENDIUM and Digital Havoc for hosting every single one of these events. putting them on timely, and it's just overall having dope vibes for the events. So it's been a pleasure and a privilege to be able to commentate one of the strongest and most competitive regions in the world when it comes to fighting games. Cola, my man, we held it down a couple of times during this season. Always a pleasure.
Oh, yeah.
Let the people go, my man.
People, stay safe, and we will see you in the streets. Have a good night.